I'm seeing it on Halloween. I know, spooky. Yeah, I'm going with Toby and some mutual friends.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna stay and like try to watch movies, but I'm not gonna. Cause I saw that like Netflix is having the new Across the Spider-Verse on the 31st.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, like I don't know if it will be on my uncle's thing because I reach out from him.
Sorry, could you say that again?
Who? Me?
If you said something, could you say it again?
Yeah. I like I don't know if the movie's gonna be on the catalog for my uncle's account because I use my uncle's account for it.
Oh, why not? You mean because of like regional lock and stuff?
Yeah, I don't think
Lamb,
Netflix is regional lock.
we're unmuted on your stream. And you can literally hear us.
Oh, and I just
Oopsie! Sorry.
Awkward.
I don't endorse illegal activity. You didn't see that.
What?
Awkward. Hi. I should probably turn my tits off too. I didn't realize I had that
And
on.
your what? Oh,
Your what?
Keep
I
it
didn't-
PG, sis.
I'm sorry. I don't think I turned redeems off either.
That's
Oh, the background's animated. Oh my god, this is amazing.
Yeah,
This is
isn't it cute?
fantastic.
So pretty.
What?
What? Thank you. Oh, thank you for the sub. That's so sweet.
I'm not reading the chat. I
Thank
promise I'm not
you.
reading the chat. I just
Oh
wanna-
yeah, I forgot we're not supposed to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Unless for this time we're
Oh
allowed
no,
to.
there's a ghost too.
Unless.
Oh no, there's ghosts. Thank you, ghost. Thank you.
This is so cute. Everyone appreciate Lem's effort
all
into the
me.
background.
Yes, thank you, Lam. It's
beautiful.
beautiful.
Thank
Yeah, this is so
you.
pretty. Oh my god.
Yeah. Meow 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 meow. Greka did the table.
I did.
That
It's
is
Yeah.
beautiful,
I tried-
Rebecca.
I tried to add drinks that would fit all of us.
Oh, I like mine. It's the one on the
Right?
end,
Oh
right?
my god.
Yeah, it's
I love
the one
It's
right in front of you.
perfect. It's beautiful.
Which one's mine? Is it the blue one?
No, I did the one that's beside Vampy for you, and then Naito's is the blue one, and then Lem's is the pinky
Yay.
yellow,
Yeah.
and then mine is the one in the middle of that one.
It's cute.
It's
The pumpkin one.
cute. They all fit actually.
Pretty.
I would
They do.
definitely. I would drink mine. I don't even know what that is, but it's probably good.
I
I don't
think
even
mine's
know what that
supposed to be
is.
alcohol, but I'll pretend it's orange juice.
Yeah, it's orange juice in a shot glass.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
sparkling
Mine
apple
was
cider.
It does.
It's apple cider.
That is OJ.
Yeah.
Apple cider.
Apple cider.
Apple
Yeah.
cider.
Alright, I hope ghosts don't redeem anything real quick.
Oh no.
Don't
Oh my
redeem.
God.
Don't redeem anything. Where do
Are we
I?
gonna do intros, or have we done enough intros on this podcast?
We can do quick.
We could do
intro.
a spooky intros.
Okay.
Okay, that sounds fun.
What makes it spooky?
I don't know. We can say one thing
However
we're
you interpret
afraid
it.
of, and one thing that would make others afraid of us.
Okay.
Ooh, I like that. We should do. We don't do enough like icebreakers on this podcast.
Yeah, we
True.
don't. I bet there's still a lot of things that I don't know
We
about
don't.
you guys.
Yeah,
Let's
probs.
do it. I like what you suggested.
Okay.
Sorry, wait. It's one thing that we're scared of, and one thing others would be scared of about ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're
I
all
like
very
that.
intimidating, so.
We're extremely intimidating. Yeah.
Mhm.
Especially Naito. Look at that face. That face would kill.
Of course.
Ace probably has
My
already
scratch.
killed.
True.
Oh,
What do you have to say for that? What do you have to say for yourself? Naito. You're being. There's an
Me?
accusation
Oh,
on your
oh
head.
my God.
Yeah.
No. No, what do you guys mean by that?
Never.
Trying
Fly.
to avoid the question.
Never. Never.
Awkward.
Awkward.
Wait, should I turn sound alerts off? Sorry, I'm so scuffed right now.
Yeah, it's okay. Probably though. Who's gonna go
Sorry.
first?
Yeah.
Nina, go first. Left to right. That feels
Okay.
like that makes
Hello,
sense.
hello. How's everybody doing? I'm Naito, a very fluffy, base back, who gets scared pretty easily with spooky games.
Ooh.
One thing I'm afraid of, like in general, yeah. So in general, I'm very like never, ever, 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 ever show me anything regarding clowns. Like, okay, Toby, you're the exception. Toby is the exception. But like spooky clowns, I mean, never show me spooky clown thing. Like those killer clowns and shit. Or like,
We need an
or,
it
like-
jump
or,
scare
like,
immediately.
yeah, or mimes or like spiders or anything like that. I just don't. I just don't. That's like very peak anxiety for me. So yeah, and like something that I would scare people. I can crack my knuckles in one hand.
Oh.
With one hand,
Yeah. Yeah.
like Kaneki
Always.
Ken
Huh?
style.
Yeah, like always.
Oh,
I don't know if you
Interesting.
can
I can literally hear it.
I can't. I
Yeah.
can too. Someone says the wrong thing to you, and you're just like, "All right, buddy, crack,
You're-
crack."
Yeah,
Crack, crack.
Yes.
Couldn't get it.
Yep. Or like I think people could also like get very scared because like when I'm really angry, like no kidding. Like
Ooh.
don't ever make me
Ooh.
rage because I'm gonna be
Oh, you
so
were
angry.
you were telling us yesterday about how you were yelling at the ladies at the event you were at because they were pissing
yes,
you off.
like oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
I'd be
really,
scared of
really,
Mad Naito.
really-
Me too.
You really look for it. Like, she's not gonna make my mom look bad. No way in hell.
Exactly. You defend your
Yeah.
mom, man.
Yeah, I screech at her, and like this lady was like just rolling her eyes and like acting surprised that I was actually angry. But yeah.
Good for you.
Good for you, for real, for real.
Mm-hmm. For real, for real.
Yeah.
So true.
Defending the Bat fam.
Mm-hmm. Right, Nyoko?
Noko is next.
You.
Who else is Noko in here?
I said boo.
Oh.
Oh, I heard a who.
I heard who
Scary.
too.
Scary,
The scary part is you don't know.
We don't know who Noko is.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cake.
Okay.
I never get scared because I
Liar. That's a lie.
don't exist.
Liar.
That's a lie.
Also, you should fear me because I can appear in your dreams.
That's
Oh, true.
That's spooky.
That's actually is pretty.
Appearing in my DMs
But
is
it's
scary
so
enough.
spooky.
Damn.
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 I don't. I'm never talking to again.
Aw.
You're never
See, look what you did.
you're never drawing goo again?
Talking to.
Oh. Darn. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Bad
no.
stuff.
I love you, Nyoko.
No.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay. Anyway,
You don't have any fears?
No.
Okay.
Even if they
None?
did, I don't think they'd want to share.
Fair.
like, you're not afraid of someone like breaking in your house and like robbing you and like strapping you to a chair and like torturing you?
I'd probably kind of. Never mind.
Oh.
No, I
don't.
Okay, moving on. Squeak. Squeak's turn. Squeak's turn.
Hi, I'm Squeak.
Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you all. I'm scared of heights
Mm.
and the dark, and I don't know. I've been trying to think.
About an intimidating fact?
Yeah.
You are way taller than people would think.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
There you go.
I feel
Also,
like
maybe
you're
some people are scared of bats.
I can step on you in a say-so way.
Mm-hmm. Like in a way, it will just hurt.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
or
Wait. I fear the deep waters,
the
Oh,
deep
that's a good one.
That's
waters.
a good answer.
Mm,
deep oceans.
Yeah.
Not even I go there.
for real,
Aren't
for
you
real.
like from there?
Yeah, but
Oh.
like the deep ocean.
Shallow.
Haven't you
There's
ever watched
some shallow
Nemo?
water.
What?
Yeah.
well, I
there's-
mean, but like all ocean is ocean. You can.
that's like saying all cities
Nuh-uh.
are cities.
Yeah.
Well, but the thing is like if you're at the beach and you're in the water enough where you can still stand, that's not you being in the ocean. That's you being like
Being
at
from,
the
like,
edge of the. And
shore.
also,
I'd say
fish-
you're still in the ocean.
Yeah, but like it's not like wildlife is gonna be
But deep
there.
ocean is way different
That's
from like
like
But
shallow
what there's
water.
jellyfish
Oh, wait,
and little
are you specifically
fishies.
Are you specifically talking about like denizens of the deep ocean,
Like
or just like
Mariana's
open
Trench
water?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Whoa.
thought you just meant
Yeah,
like
yeah,
any
yeah.
open body of water. Never
No,
mind.
no.
I understand what you mean now. Never mind.
Yeah, that's like
Ignore
comparing
me.
the city to the countryside.
What? That's not what I mean. I just thought you were talking about like any body of water, and I'm like, but aren't you like from the water? That's what I thought you meant by that.
If any body
Water
of water
pancakes,
was
Daddy.
someone's sphere, would that include people since people are bodies of water?
You don't just
Okay, we're
have
getting a
water
bit too
jostling
Yeah,
around in your system.
anyway.
You're just made of water.
Kuveka, I
Yes.
feel like
Body
you'd
made of water.
be scary when you're angry because you're like so calm and peaceful all the time. I feel like if you were to be mad, I'd be really freaked out.
I get more like when I'm mad, I kind of just like cry.
Same.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I don't mean this in an offensive way whatsoever, but I more imagine if Kurika ever got mad, she would just cry.
Yeah.
I
I
didn't
mean,
mean
like-
that in a mean way at all, but it's my head canon.
I feel like pissed mad, like where you're too angry to cry, like. "Rawr."
Yeah.
I don't feel like you've ever
Yeah.
you could even like withhold that much anger in your body. I feel like you would just
I-
pop.
Yeah, probably. I can get annoyed and be like mean, but I don't get like really mad.
You can be passive aggressive.
Yeah. Yes.
I know someone who'd probably be into that.
Or
Or
Or a lot of people would be.
anyway, Lem.
anyway, okay, I actually didn't think about my answer.
Oh.
But
Okay.
shut
Yeah,
up. I
people
was just
ask the
interested in
question,
what
they
other
don't know the
people were
answer
gonna
to.
say. I want to know what you guys are gonna say. Well, I'm afraid of needles because I got my
Oh.
blood drawn once and I had a panic attack, and ever since then I'd get really anxious about it.
Oh my god.
Yikes.
Me too.
Yeah.
I forgot to add that.
I hate needles.
I
too.
hate needles and blood.
Yeah, I'm also
So, do
kind
you hate
of.
needles?
Hmm?
Sorry, go ahead. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, how dare you? I'm also afraid of people interrupting me.
I'm sorry.
I'm also afraid of the dark
Did
a
you
little
guys
bit,
hear about?
Oh my god.
and heights, and also people interrupting me.
I'm afraid of
And
people who repeat
Noko.
themselves.
I'm afraid of Noko too, actually, to be honest.
It's so true.
As you all should be.
The scariest one. What were you saying?
Who?
Nyoko.
I think he was just trying to interrupt you.
I was trying to scare you.
Oh. I was very scared. I think that's it. I mean, there's
What
probably
is your
one.
name?
Huh?
You didn't say your
Huh?
name. You just
Oh,
started
I'm
talking
Han.
about what you were
I'm
scared
Lem.
of.
Well, I mean, if you're here, you already know who I am, so whatever.
I have no fucking
Oh,
idea
yeah.
who you are.
I don't like analog horror. I hate that. It scares the shit out of me.
Mm.
Like
one is
like the
that?
Mandela catalog type shit. That scares me. I don't do that. I like a lot of horror things, but I don't do that. It freaks me out.
Me.
What about what you are scared why you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I can't think of anything that isn't like cringy and
I feel like you're intimidating. I mean, you literally like hold a knife half the time.
oh, that's
It's
true.
true.
Yeah.
Lelen protect, but she also attack.
It's true.
Yeah, I can be
You
a
should-
little violent.
Yeah, people should
I
be
can
scared of your
a little
violent tendencies.
I'm a little violent.
Just a little violent.
Yeah, just sometimes. I get a little
Just
violent. Every now and
yeah,
then.
just sometimes. Every now and then.
Yeah, not too often, but
Play the scary stabbing noise. It's like eat, eat, eat.
there's this
Like
one
from
time.
the. Mhm.
There's this one time, my friend made me mad, so I grabbed her and I sprayed her with the Febreze and locked her in my closet.
What?
That's kind of funny.
That's messed up.
Yeah.
Like, was
Like
it
in her
genuine mad, or was
face?
it like haha hee hee?
I don't know anymore.
Something took over you.
Yeah, I used to have a lot of moments like that, not gonna lie, growing up. I would just
Interesting.
randomly attack people.
You know what? I'm somehow not surprised. Somehow that's very unsurprising to me.
I have a lot of stories like that. Like, I've never like beaten the shit out of anyone, but I've just randomly like lashed out
You know
at
what?
people.
What's interesting is like same. I also have a bunch of random stories as a kid of me just like lashing out at people. Like, but people who deserved it. That's not what I'm saying. But like, it wasn't like unprompted. It was after they really pissed me off.
It's
but I
like-
guess same is what I'm saying.
It's like when you're like messing with a cat and like they're trying to be polite about it, but then you mess with the cat too much and then it like scratches you. It's like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't
Exactly.
really help it. Maybe
Yeah.
it's an autism thing, I don't know.
It might be. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. But yeah, those are mine.
Is
Very
it my
nice.
turn?
Yes.
Mm.
Okay, hi, I'm Vampy. I also go by Velvet. Hi. I'm scared of literally everything.
Oh my gosh,
Um,
slay!
I just am scared of a lot of things. I was literally trying to think like what's like the thing I'm most scared of or the thing that I could like mention that's the most prevalent, but I just like I'm agoraphobic, so that I'm mildly agoraphobic, I should say. So it just kind of means that I'm generally afraid of like kind of everything. I'm very easily spooked and scared. I I have a very weak constitution, so I guess that's kind of my answer. I know it's kind of a cop-out answer, but like it is true. Like I couldn't think of just one thing. One thing about me that people might think is scary is
Whoa.
that I was gonna make a joke and say like I'm gay or something, but
I mean, that's true. Some
You're
people would be
gay.
really afraid of
Scary.
that.
it's really scary. But I'm really trying to think. One thing about me that people might think is scary.
Tell people your height.
What?
Tell
Vampy's
people your height.
average.
My height.
Average
I'm not considered the
height.
average.
Spooky.
Spooky.
I mean, like I kind of have like
Ooh.
I have kind of like a crazy sense of style, to be honest. Like
Okay.
I dress
That could
like
be
very. I don't
intimidating.
want to say eccentric, but I dress like really kind of like I don't know how to describe it. Like I wear a lot of like metal spikes and stuff, and I dress in like I wear really.
It might be shocking to some people.
Yeah, right. That's what I mean. Exactly.
Yeah.
Is that somebody who
Mm.
like isn't like in any kind of like extreme fashion scene? Like I get stared at a lot when I go out because I also dye my hair crazy colors and I wear
Mm.
like a lot of extreme like jewelry and really big boots and
Yeah.
t-shirts with like provocative imagery. Like my favorite shirt right now is actually a picture of a zombie poking their eyes out with their nails.
Oh my goodness.
That's my favorite shirt
Sounds
right now.
interesting.
So I just like wear a lot of stuff that's kind of like kind of freaks people out.
Yeah,
If
yeah, that
that
can be.
makes sense.
Fashion can definitely be an intimidating thing for people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. I don't really
feel
think that
like
I'm
people are
intimidating, but I do like agree with what you're saying. It's like I get stared at a lot when I go out. What's funny is that I
Same.
talk to my therapist about that all the time. It's like I hate it when people stare at me, and she's like, "Girl, your hair is literally bright orange. Like, come on."
It's silly.
Sacrifices I make. Anyway, thank you for listening.
You're welcome.
That was a good icebreaker.
It was good.
Yeah.
That's silly. Does anyone have any things they want to talk about? I guess I don't
Well, you
have
what's the
any
theme?
structure. It's just Halloween spooky theme. I don't have a structure for
Does
it.
anyone have any like paranormal experiences?
Oh yeah.
Naito, you have the
Hey.
floor.
Yeah,
I've been
Naito, I know
waiting for
Naito.
this. Yes.
I have a couple too. I'll tell
Okay.
after.
Woo.
Here I go. Yeah, we can take turns. Like I can say one of them, and then you can say yours, and then like, cause I have three-ish actually, 3 stories. Yeah, I wish I had the photo proof, but I was like exhaustively like looking for the pictures in my old computer, and I couldn't find them.
Oh, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would have to ask my grandma when she comes back from her trip. I'm pretty sure they have it in their computer. Because I remember her asking me stuff. Okay, so for spooky story. Okay, this is when I was like a little tiny bat pup. Like, what, 4 years old, I think? Yes. We were at my grandma's place from my dad's side. Like, I would always go on weekends and like spend time there. Cause funny story, my parents were neighbors.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like they would like my dad would live around the corner, so I would go after like school or something. I remember like yeah, when I was little, I spent most of my time there, and I remember I used to play at the staircase, like, you know, sitting there chilling, according to my family, talking to my imaginary friend. And there was one time where I remember clearly seeing a girl, probably like an 8-year-old or something. I remember her like one time going into my uncle's room, like she would run to the room and then disappear, and another time she would go up the stairs, and like the stairs, it was like one staircase, a little like I guess hallway, and then the other set of stairs. She would like go upstairs running, and then she would go directly to like the little hallway and not go to the other set of stairs. She would go through the wall.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I remember seeing, and I remember asking. I think it was I was either 4 or 6, and I remember asking, my grandma if she seen a little girl that disappeared, and I pointed. She went through there. And she would not know, but my aunt would tell me that she she's very like sensitive to things, I guess. Like or like
A
presents
girl?
or like whatever. No, my aunt. Like she would
Okay.
know, like she would feel things, and she
Uh-huh.
told me like that she knew that the house was haunted,
Oh my
and that
gosh.
like she felt things, and like she felt like somebody watched her sleep, because
Oh my
her
god.
room was next to my
Wow.
uncle's downstairs, and then my dad's was upstairs next to my grandparents. She told me that she would feel somebody staring at her while she slept, and like she would tell me that like yeah, she felt there's somebody else in general at home.
That's
Yeah.
spooky.
So freaky.
Exactly,
And
spiritual.
when did you stop
Yeah.
seeing her? The girl, I mean.
I think it was like a little bit like right after we moved to our house now, and they
Mm.
eventually ended up demolishing my grandparents' house, and now they built a 6-story building.
Oh, that building's for sure
Yeah.
haunted then.
I
Ghosts get really
I
mad.
haven't asked. I haven't asked. Like my dad said that like according to this, like I think I'm supposed to have an apartment there. I'm not sure if it's still a thing, but he told me that like if I ever were to move, I could go there. But like
Huh.
I don't know.
Yeah,
wouldn't.
fuck that.
We also
Like, hell no.
buried my dogs in their backyard, and we had like a dog that lived like for like 17 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You think the
That's
ghosts would
crazy.
I
get
don't
used to
know.
you at that
I don't
point?
know. Yeah, that's one of the stories, but it was like super creepy because then my grandma was like, I don't know, like I'm not sure, and then my aunt would be like, yeah, I know what you're talking about, and I'm like, holy heck.
That's so freaky.
Yep.
Yeah.
You telling your
Very,
story
very
has made me
scary.
really try to think about if I've ever had any paranormal experiences. And the truth is, it's like not actually. The only time I've had experiences that are really scary, they were like real things and real people just being really weird and creepy. And that
Ooh.
probably doesn't
Yeah.
count, but it's just like
That's
the fact
probably
that you like have
worse.
so many is so freaky to me. Because I'm really scared of ghosts.
Me too,
I'm
but
so
I've kind of
scary.
always wanted to have a ghost experience. Not in my
Yeah.
home, preferably.
talked-
Yeah.
We talked about this, but I feel like it's good to bring it back up again. Is that Lem and I, we were talking, and you guys were there. It was on Batty Chats, but we agreed that it would be so interesting to like have like a paranormal experience, like to like use a Ouija board to talk to a ghost, but we're just terrified of being
Oh,
haunted,
I
or like
remember,
not
yeah.
being
I
able
would
to sever the
never. I think
connection.
that's so
talk.
dangerous.
I know, because you can get haunted.
Yeah.
Like if I had a perfect guarantee to not be haunted, or if I could talk to a chill ghost, I'd 100% do it.
It'd
but
be
you just never
so
know.
interesting.
Yeah,
like,
you don't
I
know
would
what
go to like.
Yeah.
I would
get.
definitely stay at like a haunted hotel or something.
yeah, I'm like
would?
so.
I wouldn't.
Oh my
Yeah, I
god.
would.
Oh, actually,
Oh guys,
there's this
if
hotel
you
that
yeah.
you pay them, and the whole thing is built to be like a haunted house experience. So like throughout the
What?
night, you'll hear like voices in your rooms.
Oh my god.
There'll be these screens that will play a video of like someone banging on the window, and
Oh my
like shit
god.
like that all night long.
Oh my god. What the freak?
It
So
looks
spooky.
amazing.
But it's like
Oh, that
fake,
sounds
right?
horrible.
Yes, but like imagine you're sleeping and in the middle of the night you just hear a child's like laughter.
No, but
Oh,
it wouldn't
no.
even be creepy because you know, like that's what they do.
Yeah, I feel like that annoyed me more than anything.
It would.
No, it would scare the crap out of me. If it
But
was
I
it's
want to go
like-
to a real haunted hotel.
I'm so conflicted because
Oh.
I think ghosts are so interesting. Like, my heart would love to do that, but like,
your heart would love it.
yeah, but I don't want to be haunted. Like, that
Yeah,
would fuck
same.
me
The
up.
exact same way.
Would fuck me
I'm
up.
like,
God, oh my
I love
God.
paranormal stuff, but I'd be
Yes.
so
So
scared to like
scary.
experience
Would
something
be
crazy.
my,
Yeah.
SO.
Oh my god, if you guys would ever want to go to a very haunted place, if you ever travel here, we have a very, very, very haunted. I don't know if it's not a hotel. It's like a kind of like a hotel, but like how to put it? Not like a farm. An in between.
An in
But it's
between of a
like-
hotel and a farm.
Yeah, it's like holy heck, like extremely haunted.
Oh wow.
I think in English it's called the Sieg or something, but it's like I remember like my cousins telling me that they stayed there twice, and it's terrifying.
Oh, it sounds
Like,
scary.
we legit have a lot of haunted places here. A lot of haunted places. And then, like, my cousin seeing things as well. But I'll talk about that in a bit. Yeah.
For sure. If nobody else wants to go, I somehow managed to think of something
Go.
related to this. Are
Go
you sure
ahead.
it's okay? I can go.
Go for it.
Yeah.
So, my grandma Vampy, we're really close for those of you who don't know. My grandma is pretty convinced that we are distant, my family anyway, on my mom's side, excuse me, are distant relatives of Isadora Duncan, who she was like a ballet contemporary dancer, and she like performed in a lot of really popular, like famous shows, and was a dance teacher. She had her own dancing school. And from what she's told me, like she was like universally loved across Europe. Like she was very famous in Europe, even though she was born in America. And she like would travel all over and do all kinds of shows. But she died in a very tragic way. I could explain it. It's a bit graphic, but I also don't need to. But she specifically died in a very gruesome, graphic way. I don't need to explain it. It's not really important to the story. You guys can look it up. I'm sure you get an article about it. But what happened is that my grandma and my grandma's sister were both very interested in her life and her philosophy, because there were like a whole bunch of books written about her and stuff. And so they were like reading books about her together. And then my grandma started to get really personally interested in her life. And so she started like going to look up records, or like books that detailed records like of the way she died and her passing. And in a record that she found, because this happened when before there were like computers installed in libraries, there were like those kinds of machines that you could like flip through newspapers on, but it was digitally, right? So like preserve old newspapers. You guys know what I'm talking? I don't know what it's called.
I know
You
exactly what
I'm
you're talking about.
I know what
And
you
so
mean.
she was going through those, and then on something like that, it might have been a book or something like that, she found like some kind of record of like a list of guests who like publicly anyway, a record of people who attended her I almost said wedding, private funeral, because her casket was carried around France because that's how much she was loved in Europe. But then she also had a private burial. And the public record of the people who attended the private burial, there was someone in the record who had our family last name. And she was really interested in that. And so she started looking at newspapers about her death. And so there weren't like any like records of like, you know, like the thing that you like digitally look through old newspapers. There wasn't any that said like that were specifically about her. So she just had to go through weekly magazines the year that she died until she found something. And she was sitting there in the library doing that, and the sun was starting to set, and she was just scrolling through all these newspapers trying to find something about Isadora. And suddenly, she told me the story, for seemingly no reason, she started to feel this overwhelming sense of dread. And what seemed like instantly, she was like dripping in sweat, and she was really nervous and shaking and shivering. And she felt like this sense of dread, like someone was peering over her shoulder, and it was really starting to freak her out. But she wouldn't look away from the machine, and she kept scrolling through the machine. And then finally she scrolled through the machine one last time, and all of a sudden, all of the overwhelming and uncomfortable feelings she was having in her body just immediately went away. And the page that she landed on when it went away was the headline about Isadora's death.
Yo, that's freaky.
That is freaky.
So it's not really,
spooky.
it's really freaky. It's not really that my grandma thinks, oh, we're haunted by Isadora, but the fact that like there's a potential that like we're distantly related to her, and we were looking up her death had something to do with it, because she's never had an experience like that before.
That's so
God,
that is so
yeah.
That is spooky.
Especially-
though. Oh.
What?
I think she cut out.
Baby.
Hello?
Hi.
I touched my mic very slightly and it cut out. It was so awkward. I'm sorry.
I
But
thought
like, it's not really that
you were
she
gone.
believes that we're haunted by Isadora, but it's just like, considering how she died, there's like a chance that her spirit lives on or something. Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa. You know what
It's
I mean?
just so interesting that happened to her at that exact time.
Yeah. It was very bizarre. That's like
That's
any
cool.
story. That's the one, probably the only story I have that's even remotely related to paranormal activity. And it wasn't even me.
That's okay.
It's spooky.
But it's still very, very, very relatable. It's very nice that you shared. Oh my god.
Thank
Mhm.
you.
Yeah.
I
Go
think I
Red.
actually have 4 stories. Yeah, I have another one.
Okay, go.
I
You
could-
do another
for
one, and
it,
then like
yeah.
we'll take turns.
Okay, so there's one where, yeah, speaking of like grandbats, my grandma, she's also very tuned into like spiritual things. I remember, I can English, sorry. I
It's okay.
remember that when her dad passed away, my great grandpa. I was very close to my great grandparents, from both sides. She told me that when my great grandpa passed away, she always talked, and I do remember him being like a super funny grandpa, liking to like joke about things, laugh about things, make pranks and whatnot, and always try to sneak a piece of dessert here and there, even though he had diabetes. I do remember my grandma mentioning that he was like, a pretty funny guy and everything. And she told me that it was, I think, like a couple of days after he passed, and she would get like, the little box with the ashes and would bring it home until she would be able to take it to the graveyard. She told me that like a couple of days after, like a week after, she would hear like footsteps in her apartment. This is from my mom's side, by the way. She would hear footsteps in the apartment. My grandpa would not be home, or like the housekeeper wouldn't be home, and like she would hear like footsteps, or she would hear like somebody playing with the drawer handles and making it sound, making
That's so
noises,
freaky.
or turning on the radio, or like
Yo.
knocking the door or something. So, and I would ask, and this was I was a little bit older. I think it was 17, I think. And I would ask, cause she would tell me, and she was like, "Oh yeah, that's great, Grandpa, being funny and like wanting him to like be known that he's still around in the apartment and whatnot."
That's kind of sweet.
And
That is sweet, but
Yeah.
also that would freak me out so much. That's crazy that your grandma, I'm sorry if that's not the right
Yeah, it's
person,
okay.
is so chill about that. That's kind
Yeah,
of
it's-
scary in and of
it's
itself.
funny.
Yeah.
It's funny because like considering that she's the one that's like super religious and whatnot.
Yeah, right?
She puts it not as being as a ghost. She says more of like being a guardian angel.
Yeah.
And I do
Sure.
remember my uncle also, like my mom's brother, mentioning that. I think it was when my great grandma passed. I think he was doing like some sort of like crash course on something to be able to participate in the baptism of one of his friend's kids or whatever. Like, no, it was for my cousin. For my cousin. He said that night when he was doing like the course at the church and whatnot, he saw the apparition of my great grandma saying goodbye to him.
Oh my
and
gosh.
for him to take care of
Wow.
himself. Yeah, like a lot of my family is the very. I see that we're very spiritually attuned to
Yeah.
things.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
and I'm just like, oh my god.
I'm kind of
It's kinda
surprised.
like- It seems like it's all in really like a good way though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
agree.
yeah, because I remember then again my grandma mentioning that the great grandpa and great grandma are basically like guardian angels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she puts it that way. And I
Do you
believe
guys-
that is
sorry.
true. Yeah, no, that's
I
okay. Go ahead.
I'd like to think so as well. I think that's really sweet. But do you guys ever notice how, like, I don't want to say all paranormal activity, because that's really not true at all, but like, you ever notice how, like, paranormal activity, especially regarding like demons and ghosts and stuff, like, always seem to quote unquote happen the most to religious people?
Oh, yeah, no, it's
Oh,
so
that
you
is
feel
very,
about-
true.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I find that so
I know what you mean.
strange. And it's like,
It's a
there's a
little
part of me
sus.
that thinks like, well, you know, maybe it's because they believe in that stuff more, and they'd be more, because I'm not religious, I'm atheist. I'm saying this, that's why I'm phrasing it this way, and no judgment absolutely whatsoever. I mean this in the most impartial way
Yeah.
possible. That that maybe it's because they believe in that stuff more, and they would be more likely, as opposed to someone who isn't religious, to put any sort of suspicious activity that can't be explained on the paranormal. Or the flip side is just that they're like targeted more because of like the demonic quote unquote nature of like vengeful spirits and things like that. I find that I like, because I don't know which it is, because I believe in ghosts, but it's like because I personally, being an atheist, don't think it's a religious thing. It could be, I could be wrong, I probably am, but
It definitely wouldn't be
I find
because
that
they're being targeted, because I doubt
Yeah.
a vengeful spirit would either know if you're Christian or not, or even care.
well,
Yeah. They might just be more like, I don't know, in
susceptible,
tune with it.
I guess, but still, it's like I'm so curious why that
I
is, though.
also think they're quicker to jump the gun and say it's something spiritual. When
Yeah, right.
a
Like
lot
that's
of the
one of my
cases
theories as
end
well.
up not being spiritual.
I suppose.
Yeah.
But who's
And,
to
like,
say
most of the
that paranormal
cases-
activity isn't spiritual at all? You know,
Mm.
because I don't
And most of
necessarily
the
think it
cases,
isn't.
You gotta take into account that sometimes the religious people themselves are not believers.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
for
'cause
sure.
That
That
goes
too.
against like
Nah,
God
religious
and
people can
whatnot.
believe in
Yeah.
ghosts.
Well, no, that's
They
to
do.
say that maybe not all of them do. I think that's what Nine
Yeah.
means.
Yeah.
It's just a thought. It's just an observation, nothing more.
Just a
That's
theory.
interesting, actually.
It's just a theory.
I like
I'll have
ghost
to. I'll
theory.
Have to,
Hans
like,
theory.
I'll have to like dig deeper whenever I'm watching Ghost Adventures and see if that's a correlation. Because I'm still in my Ghost Adventures run. I'm enjoying that show.
Well, I watch
Heck
like
yeah.
I watch a lot of like paranormal YouTubers, and like now that I think about it, most of them are very like religious.
Are they?
are?
So yeah,
Interesting.
like they don't like
That's
shove it in your
interesting.
face in the videos, but they're
But they
like,
definitely, but they are.
but they are,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, does anyone else have a spooky ghost story?
I
Not right
do.
this
I have a
minute.
couple.
Go.
Yes.
Oh,
Go,
okay.
go.
I have two. The first, okay, when I was like 3 or 4, like, hold on, I'm trying to think. Yeah, we lived in this townhouse, okay, and I swear it was like haunted. It was just so, I don't know. At night it was very creepy, and I know I was young, but I remember it. Okay, which was weird. It was weird because they were new. Like we moved into them right when they were built. But it just had like a weird vibe, and I have like, there's a couple times, like one time I remember I woke up in the middle of the night, and I like sat up and I looked at my pillow, and there was this weird like, I don't know if I was hallucinating, but there was this weird like childlike creature on it.
Oh no.
And
Oh my god.
It was really scary. It was like, it kind of looked like Pikachu, but if Pikachu was listen, hear me out. But if Pikachu had a really long nose and no ears, and
Ew.
was like naked, like had no fur.
Sounds
And
awful.
It was awful.
Like a mole?
Yes, it looked like a mole.
Oh my god.
Anyway, it obviously wasn't there. I screamed and went and got my parents, and they're like, "You're insane. Go to sleep."
You're insane.
A little creature.
It was terrifying, and I don't know. And I
Oh
have
my
the vision
God.
like embedded in my head.
That's spooky.
Oh my
Another
god.
time, I was sleeping in my parents' bed because I was a very needy child, and my brother came up. It was like 2 a.m. or whatever, and my brother came up to their room, and we all woke up to him like doing a blood-curdling scream. And we're all like, what the frick? And he's like, guys, there was just a dog with an afro in the corner.
Girl.
And like, we still don't know if it was like paranormal, if he was just like something
A
was like,
dog
he
with
was
an
on
afro?
something.
Ew.
But it was just really
That's-
silly.
You
That's
could have.
so
I like to say that's
funny.
very spooky, but at the same time, that is funny as heck.
No, it was so. We all like were like, "Are you okay?"
If it was like a really old house, you guys could have had like carbon monoxide poisoning, because that can make you
What is
hallucinate.
that? What is carbon monoxide poisoning?
It's like a lot of the times,
Poison.
like when people say they see ghosts in their house, it's because they have a really old house and like a really old furnace or something, and then it can like slowly
Ooh.
poison you and make you hallucinate.
It'll make you like hallucinate and have like headaches and like nausea.
Oh my god, that
Yeah.
sounds spooky as fuck.
Yeah, it is.
I
That
told you I'm
makes
scared of
sense.
everything. I'm also terrified of like poisoning from like like how like black mold poisoning and stuff. That also
Yeah.
scares me. That scares the
Oh
shit out of
god,
me.
black mold.
So now I'm gonna be scared because my house is old and I have an old ass furnace.
You
Well,
could just get
but
a.
it's like the symptoms are like if everyone in your house feels it, then it's like okay, something's up.
Yeah.
And something's
Yeah.
up. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Well, it's not like I'm not afraid I'm gonna start seeing ghosts because I have an old gas stove, not stove, or like an old heater. I just mean I'm scared of being poisoned by my heater. That's what
Yeah, I
that's what I
get-
mean. Guys, my
Yeah.
heater's old. I'm gonna start seeing ghosts. It's really scary. Not what I meant. Did
I'm
you
sure
have
you're
that?
fine.
Did you guys get? Did you get that?
No.
Oh no. Oh, because you said the house was newly built.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
newly
was
built, which
it?
is why it was so weird.
Oh, that's
yeah.
It was really
spooky.
freaky.
Paranormal activity in a new house is almost just as weird as I mean, it's weird regardless, but like
Yeah.
you expect it
Yeah.
in an old ass house, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird because like from all of the all of the paranormal shows that I've watched, normally when a house is built, like newly built, but then you have the paranormal shit, it's because it was built under a graveyard or something.
Yeah,
like, the land
right?
was built
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our like one of the schools like near where I live is like infamously built on an Indian burial ground, so it's like
Uh-oh.
super
Oh
haunted.
no.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck. That's
Yeah.
spooky.
Noko, do you have anything?
Not really.
Same. I kind of wish I did.
This is your idea.
I know I like hearing about ghost stories, but I don't really have any. Like as a kid, I always wanted to like see ghosts and shit, but I never did.
She loves it so much because she doesn't experience it.
I'm living
I
through
kinda
you
understand
guys.
I'm really trying to think. I
Okay.
don't have very much paranormal activity.
I have one.
I'm gonna drop another story then.
Yeah, go for it, and then I'll tell my.
I'm
other one.
I'm carrying. Okay, so
Carrying.
story number 3.
Three.
Huh? Three? Okay,
Three.
yeah. Story number 3. Yay. So I remember that for senior year in high school, so we could graduate, we would have besides like getting your certificates for the IB program and whatnot, in order to comply with the grade for like to pass and like graduate high school and whatnot, you were also supposed to do like a personal project that the grades would be sent to the what is it, the education ministry, I think it is. I don't know the English word for that.
That sounds complicated.
But yeah, like for the people like part of the government where they check the education things from schools and things, and then they grade things, and then they say like, yeah, he or she gets like the enough credits for this, blah blah blah, and they graduate
Interesting.
nationwide.
I've never experienced
Yeah,
anything like that. It might be I almost said
it's
regional, you know what I
weird.
mean?
Yeah. And so like we had to do a personal project and we could pick anything we could do. I remember I partnered up with a couple of classmates and they were like, "Oh yeah, you know, we like photography." And like it had to be something regarding the history of our downtown the redundancy, the historical district. So we would have to pick anything. Like we could do like some people started doing research about the quote unquote White House we have here for the president and stuff. Others would pick like iconic streets in the historic downtown or buildings or stuff like that. Me and these two classmates, we were like, "Oh yeah, we're into photography, right?" And he goes like, "Yeah," and we were like. And one of them goes like, "I'm actually interested in, you know, the catacombs and like and like the churches and the abandoned hospitals and shit, like all of the spooky stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And she would go like, why don't we apply, like why don't we make our project actually go to these places, learn a little bit about the history, write the essay along with some photographs. And I go like, interesting, it's interesting, we could actually do this. And I remember I just got like a really cool looking camera, so I was like, I'm down for that, like for sure, like let's do this, I don't mind. And so we would agree, like I think it was like a week after, we would agree to like go again to the historic district, like down, like yeah, like around like nighttime. And of course we coordinate with a parent, and she would drive us and whatnot, and we would get access to these places and take photos. I remember we started at one of the very biggest churches in downtown, like the biggest, the most oldest and whatnot. And we started walking around. Granted, I've never liked the vibes of churches, like they're super scary. And we actually wanted to take photos because we have a very, very old gothic, like very gothic, huge church. But
That sounds cool,
place is
kinda.
closed. Yeah, I'll send you guys photos later of the church I'm talking about. It was closed, so we had to go with the one in downtown. I remember we got into the church and we were walking around. The person was giving us the tour, talking about it, why certain things had importance, blah 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 and whatnot. And we asked them, like, are we allowed to take photos because we're doing a project for our school? And he goes like, sure. So we started taking photos, of the main floor and whatever. Then we go upstairs to where they have the really creepy old looking like piano organ, whatever. I don't know.
Oh, the
what
big
you
ass
know.
organ that goes like all the way up into the
Yeah,
ceiling.
yeah, that thing. And
Yeah,
we
I
were
know what
like,
you
oh
mean.
yeah, you know what would be cool? And I go like, what? She goes like, why don't we take a photo from up here down to the whole, like the benches and everything. And I go like, yeah, sure, we can do this. We start taking photos. And then we went to like the other two places and nothing, we got cool photos. It was a nighttime, but those other places were not entirely haunted. The moment that we get to like check the photos that we took, I swear to God, guys, I remember the church was empty except for like the 5 of us, with including the guide. The moment that we check the next day the photos on my camera and my friend's camera, the church was full of people.
What?
It was full
Actually?
of people, and you could clearly see the profiles of the people wearing very old Spanish clothing.
Oh
And
my
like
God.
some of the indigenous people again, like as well, sitting on the benches, like hearing mass or whatnot. It was packed.
So freaky.
That's
You could tell
spooky
the
as
ladies
hell.
with their dated like dresses and top hats and like super like Spaniard kind of thing. I swear it was like the most impressive thing I've ever seen in my life. And I
That's
swear,
so
if
insane.
I could, I swear, because I know Ghost Adventures and Expedition X and Ghost Hunters and whatever you call those other shows, they do like go abroad and like go on quote unquote adventures and seek for like haunted places. I would so like to contact them and tell them please come, because I know they've been in Peru. I would tell them like, please come to my country. We do have a lot of like paranormal like ghost things in these places.
You should for sure
Like,
tell
I
them.
swear
You
one
could.
of my like goals that I want to do. Like I
could
do
be
want to
on
get in contact with them and
TV.
tell them.
You could be on TV.
Could be on
Not me, though.
TV. Could be
Yes, you
famous.
You could be famous.
You go like you could plug your Twitch. Be like, also I'm a VTuber.
This is my
Yeah,
my
when you
Flesh
give someone
Gundam.
credit for showing you this place, just plug in my Twitch channel.
Yeah.
Or-
Ooh.
I could. But I swear, like I would so do that. I would so do, because it was amazing, and I remember us talking about it, and I don't recall if we showed the teacher like, hey, this is what we found. But
Did you,
like it was like, yeah.
Did you experience anything while you were there?
No, I was just like super shocked that I saw
makes it
the photo.
creepier.
Like
It
'cause I
does.
vividly
You're just
remember
chilling.
the church was so empty. It was so empty. Like we didn't feel any presence or whatever. But
That's
the
so
moment that we saw
insane.
the photo, it was packed. It was, oh my, like,
That
oh my
sounds
god.
creepy.
That is really creepy.
Yeah. And then we did the poster and the essay and whatnot,
That
and
would
we
freak
talked
me the
about the
fuck
photo,
out.
and we got like a good grade for that. But it was so
better have.
creepy.
Well, thank God. Yeah,
Like,
imagine.
oh, hold on, they're knocking.
Oh no.
How dare they?
Opens the door and no one's
The
there.
ghosts are knocking.
Ghosts. Oh no. Naito never comes back. They get haunted.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh. Gulp.
Gulp.
Go.
I love ghost stories though. I wish I had some.
Back. Sorry,
Just
Pepper was
just
asking
make
me
it up.
something.
Okay,
I'll just
good.
lie to you
We
We were
guys.
joking about how you were gonna get attacked by a ghost or something.
Oh no, have other people later.
You
But
just
yeah, for me,
scream.
like it was like the impression of like how HD, I guess, like how defined you would see the profiles and the clothing
So
above all. The
So
clothing.
weird.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then, let me see. Do you guys mind if I go ahead with my other story?
Yeah,
I
go
think
for
Squeak
it.
had a story.
I do. I can do mine after or before. It's up to you.
Or no, go ahead.
Okay, it's
so
just
we
a
can
short
like
one.
take turns. Yeah, that's okay.
Mine,
Yeah.
it's actually not mine. It's my dad's. But
Yeah.
he told me, and it was really, really freaky. He told me that, I don't know how old he was, probably in his 20s or something. He was walking home and he saw like a mutual friend. I think it was like a friend's friend, but they've like hung out a bit. And so they passed by each other. Like they were walking opposite directions on the sidewalk and they passed by each other. They smiled at each other, like acknowledged each other. And so he got home and his friend was there and he's like, oh, hey, I just saw so-and-so. I just passed him on the street. And his friend's like, he passed away this morning. Like,
What?
he got in an accident and passed away this morning. And my dad was like, I literally
What?
just saw him.
What?
Like, it's so... I get chills every time he tells me that story. Like, it's so freaky.
That's so scary. Was it like late at night, or you said it was early in the morning?
No, it was like during the day.
What?
So he like swears it was him.
Oh my god.
And they like acknowledged each other, like they knew
That's
each other.
so
That
scary.
is
So
Oh
freaky.
my god.
Yeah, and my dad
hell
doesn't
no.
believe in that stuff either, but he like swears by that story.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Holy
it's really
heck.
freaky.
Something I love about ghost
Maybe-
stories is that I
Yeah.
feel like everyone has at least a really small one, even people that don't think it's real.
Yeah.
True.
So
Oh
true.
my god. Maybe your dad's friend thing was like to say goodbye to him, like
Aw.
Right?
before he like
Right,
went
just
to,
a little
you know.
like, see ya.
Peace
Yeah.
out.
Especially if your dad clearly saw the friend.
Mhm.
Like, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, that's very
Yeah, it's
I
very,
don't know
like,
what I would
shocking.
do. I don't-
Like,
Yeah,
how do you
like, I don't know
react
how
to
I would
that?
feel.
Like, oh my god.
I don't know.
Like, oh, hey,
Like,
your friend
hopefully
was
it doesn't
dead,
follow
like-
me home.
Oh god. Oh yeah, that about attachments. Holy heck.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
learned a lot about that. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna start with story number 4?
4.
5?
Yeah.
4? Yeah, I have 4 stories. So this is a little bit 2012-ish, I'd like to say. 11 to 12 or 12 to 13. Okay. So me, I studied abroad. And I studied at the state that is supposed to be the most haunted in the US.
Uh-oh.
Awesome start.
Savannah, Georgia.
What state is that?
Savannah, Georgia.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
Yes.
the most haunted.
A lot of people claim that.
It's very. It is. It has a
actually-
lot of places there.
Actually,
For sure.
A lot of places. So, first part of the thing. I started like a pre-college program. With a lot of people. I think it was a summer program actually. And you know they would take us out to the town, walk around, talk about like the places, and they would say like certain hotels are haunted and whatnot, and like the squares. People have seen like a lady with a baby stroller in a very like Victorian clothing walking around at nighttime asking about her husband and her baby, but then she would disappear. And then we would go to a square. I remember clearly. Why is it me with churches? I swear, guys. We were walking through through one of the squares at night, and like we would like walk around in a line with everybody, and I had one of my roommates then she had like a very pro camera thingy, like one of those chunky ones with the special lenses and whatnot. And we were taking photos of the place, and the guide was explaining the origins of the square and whatnot, and they would point to a church. It was a white church, pretty small. I wouldn't say like a big massive looking thing. And I remember as they were explaining something, I saw what to me looked like a nun. It was a nun, not in the in the door or the window or whatever. It was a nun standing on one of the towers. Do they call them towers in churches? Well, one of the two towers. I would have to draw this for you guys, but you know what I mean. Well, one of the towers where there's the bell that you make noise and whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, one of those places. That's what. Yeah, I'm trying to get as descriptive as I can. I saw a profile of what it looked like a nun standing there, and I go and I tell the guide, "Oh, look, there's somebody up there." And they go like, "What do you mean there's somebody up there?" I'm like, "There is somebody. Like there's somebody standing there, staring at us." And it was like a white veil. So I swear it was a nun because it was a white veil. And they go like, "It's impossible. Like there are no stairs over there. There's not even like floor that you can step on."
Oh, like it's not accessible.
Yeah,
It's
it's
literally
not
inaccessible.
like,
Oh god.
yeah. And so they go like, "No, it's impossible. Like there's no way somebody's up there, especially at this point of the night." And I tell this friend like, "Hey, can you take a photo for me?" And like, because I swear there is something in there. And she takes a photo, she zooms in, and eventually it shows a person up there in white.
Oh my god. I'd be shitting
I
my
swear that
pants.
was-
This is scary.
I swear that was a nun. That's one story. A second story that I have that actually, one of my very good friends in college told me about. There's one of the hotels that eventually became a dorm. It became Oglethorpe House, and they always say that I think it was the 4th floor is totally inaccessible. Like you cannot, whatever you do, you cannot go there because it's super haunted. They say that at nighttime you would hear like footsteps, and like a maid, a service lady knocking on the door asking for people, and then you would hear like the footsteps, and then you would hear somebody, like a little kid. They say it's a kid. I don't remember the name of the kid, but they say it's a kid that will throw marbles to the ground, and you would hear the marbles bouncing on the ground. And then you would hear people yelling. And people yelling.
Oh my god.
So they were like, "Yeah, so this building is actually haunted." I remember that for the summer course that I had there, I actually stayed, and luckily I think it was the 2nd floor. Thank God. But
Yeah, wait, do they still
remember
like let people have rooms on that floor?
the 4th never.
Oh
It was
wow.
totally not. Yeah, never. Whatever you do, you could not go there. So it was like
So
the 1st to
bizarre.
the 3rd. and then like they would talk about it, and like I don't remember exactly the name of the kid, but it was like super spooky. And like I remember the people that stayed on the third floor, they did mention they heard all of that, like the footsteps, the running, the marble throwing, the people arguing, and they said that the service lady that worked there when it was still a hotel, she unalived herself by jumping.
Oh wow. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because
That's so
it was
spooky.
some romance thing, blah 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 blah. But
So
that was
many
that story.
paranormal experiences. It's kind
I
of
swear to God.
scary.
There's another story. And this is also my very good friend. I was with her, and that was super spooky. And I remember the place is also mentioned in one of the spooky Ghost Adventures episode. We the school had a little bookstore
Hmm.
that was built adjacent to the parking lot, which the parking lot was supposed to be a very it was a place of a massive murder
Oh my gosh.
and torturing and stuff for like slavery and stuff.
Oh wow.
And so I remember like a lot of people mentioned that if you go to like the the basement floor of the store, you would feel things. But
Oh
it was
wow.
worse when like my friend and I, my friend Emmy and I, we were going back to like we needed to go to the store to get some supplies.
Mhm.
But like we would walk. It was broad daylight on top of that. But like we would walk through, and like to cut short like the distance or whatever, she was like, "Let's go through the parking lot. Like it's perfectly fine." I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sensitive to like this kind of stuff, because the moment that we started walking through inside the parking lot that was like right in the back of the bookstore, I couldn't breathe.
Oh my
my God.
gosh.
And I felt like somebody was holding my backpack, was holding me down, like the pressure,
You
and
like
I couldn't
immediately
move.
felt it.
And I started suffocating. And I
Oh
told
my
my friend
god.
Emmy, I don't feel good. Something is off. I can't breathe. I'm like, and I feel heavy. Like I don't know what's going on. I feel heavy. We need to get the heck out of here. I want to get out of here. I want to go to the store, get my supplies, and go to my dorm.
Yeah.
It was so terrifying. And then watching the actual like episode, or like it's funny because like they talked about like it was a little bit that part of the parking lot, but then they touched upon an abandoned house near my faculty building, and a what's the other place? A brewery that was super haunted. But
Like in the all in
parking
this
lot
kind of
was-
in the same area.
Yes.
And it was
And,
you said this was near you where near your dorm when you were studying abroad.
Yes. Oh
How
my
interesting.
God.
I always find it so interesting when people on TV go really close to like somewhere you've been, or like somewhere like
I
close to where you
swear,
live.
and then you realize like I've been there. It's like
I've
holy
been
heck.
there. Yeah. It's like maybe I
Yeah.
feel that more than others because like I've never fucking been anywhere. I never go traveling. So maybe when that happens to me it's like more like interesting. I guess maybe if
It
you
is
go a lot of
so
places or like
scary.
you live somewhere really popular, you don't experience that as much. But like if that were me, right? Like let's say like I was studying there and then like a paranormal TV show went, they're like, this place is haunted as fuck. I would have been like, oh my god, this is so scary. I would
Oh my God. That's why I was so scared to like stay in like in like classes or like working on homework in the
like
library
even
for
around
like
there.
super late at
Like,
night.
oh my
I
god.
would Uber the heck out of there. I don't. I had to talk to my uncle about it. He was like, "Why are you using my Uber account so much?" I'm like, "Because you don't know how creepy it gets at night."
You don't understand.
And
It's
like,
scary.
it is. Oh my God. And like, I oh my God. There's like so much. And like, I remember like getting details about the parking lot because my friend Emmy, when her parents were visiting, well, their parents, I'm misgendering, my bad.
Oh, it's okay.
Um they told me that their mom and yeah, it was them and their mom. They took the ghost tour because of course Savannah has to have the ghost tours. And they talked more in depth about the parking lot thing, and apparently it was an axe murderer.
Oh my
And
god.
three women that wanted to get revenge on the guy, and they choked the guy, like it was brutal or whatever. And so
Mhm.
like they said that parking lot had the most darkest energy ever, and like the people who worked there were panicking, and that Emmy's mom felt that somebody tapped on her shoulder, and
Oh no.
like she had like a more in-depth experience than I did.
Mhm.
And my friend Emmy, they're very into actual paranormal encounters and stuff, and them leaving, like, yeah, we studied together, we graduated in 2016, and then they went back to Savannah for 2 years, I guess, like 2 years ago or 3 years ago. But they were recalling because they were also working at the Girl Scouts thingy, and they also told me about a bunch of stories of the Girl Scouts and the building it was in, and oh my god, like this is why I say, and yeah, I'm pretty sure Savannah, Georgia is like super duper, super spooky, 3 spooky, 4 spooky, 5 spooky. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like I miss it. I'm not gonna lie. I miss Savannah and everything about it, except for the spooky.
Except for that part, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then
That's
they
the
had
one part,
the
yeah.
very creepy graveyard. The very creepy graveyard also in between the the bookstore, the
It's a
the place
graveyard
that was the
on
hotel,
what?
and my dorm later on. I would be so afraid to walk there.
Wait, what about a
Including that
graveyard?
we had the graveyard was in the same area as well,
Oh my
and it had a
god.
gargoyle in the very creepy looking doorway into the graveyard, and people would say they see a lot of creepy things in the graveyard.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like super duper spooky, and I'm like,
I don't trust people when they say stuff like that.
Why?
If they're like, oh yeah, I see spooky stuff all the time there, but then they don't have any like actual examples. They're just like
Mm.
spooky stuff happens there, and you're like what? And there's like
I swear,
spooky stuff.
Savannah is different, and it's built on weird shit because the animation faculty building used to be a coffin factory.
A what factory?
A coffin factory.
Oh.
And then the old international student building used to be a jail.
Oh.
And my old faculty building used to be a hospital, like, for women with illnesses.
Mm-hmm.
And that one was also pretty haunted. That one only targeted male guards. So male guards would finish their
Oh.
shifts early, because if they stayed for the night shifts,
They
a
were
lot of
fucked.
stuff would go down.
Yeah, interesting.
So that's why the lady guards would take over at nighttime.
They actually like had a system in place for that?
Yep.
Oh my god.
So it is super hyper 5-6 spooky.
6 spooky.
Yeah.
I don't want to be rude and change the subject, but I know Squeak has
No,
to
it's okay.
leave soon. Rebecca, is there
Yeah, me
anything you
too, I have to
wanna?
leave soon.
Is there anything you want to talk about
Yeah.
before you have to go?
Yeah.
I don't think so. If you wanted to, like, I don't know if there's anything else on this subject. If you wanted to do some spooky Halloween questions or whatever.
I guess we could do another question.
Yeah.
I have a random list. I guess we could talk about movies. What's your favorite horror movie? Or spooky movie? Or Halloweeny movie?
So I don't do horror movies. Like I don't usually like seek them out or watch them very often. There's a very small handful of horror movies that I've seen, and an even smaller handful of horror movies that I've seen and actually enjoyed. But the first one I can think of is The Ring. I actually really did like that movie.
Really?
I would never
seen
watch it again. Sorry?
I've never seen it.
You would like it a lot. The
I
vibes
really-
are just so off, but like in the best way.
I really
I-
like that movie. I never watch it again.
I recently
God.
rewatched it, and it doesn't hold up very well.
Well, it's like the Twilight of horror movies.
Wait,
I
which Twilight?
I think I get what you
Huh?
mean.
Because in the sense of
Which
like it's so
Twilight?
it takes it what the vampire Twilight, like the movies.
Oh,
Like in the
yeah.
sense that it's like so cheesy and yet also so dramatic, and yet there are some parts that are meant to be scary that you can't help but laugh at. That are meant to be serious, but
Mhm.
it's so funny because it takes itself so seriously when it's kind of not. That's what I mean. But there are parts of it that are genuinely kind of scary.
Mm.
yeah.
But there were some bits that I laughed at.
No,
I won't say which
really.
ones because I don't want to spoil it. What'd you say?
The
Sorry.
Ring
Yeah.
had the most like cursed way of promoting itself.
What? How?
So before it came out, what they did was they sent a bunch of unmarked VCH tapes to like Blockbuster and stuff,
Uh-oh.
and they told they didn't tell Blockbuster what was on the tapes. They were just like, here are some promotional stuff for you just to leave out and let people take and have.
That's
And when
spooky.
you played it, it plays
Oh.
the actual like Ring videotape.
Oh,
I wish I
no!
could have one of those. That sounds so cool.
That does sound cool.
What was the
It
actual
is-
movie?
The most
It was like the
cursed-
scene from the movie.
Yeah, it was like it's the actual like videotape that they play in the movie.
In the
Oh
movie,
my
that like
God.
because the videotape's like haunted, you know. So
Yeah.
they played
Mhm.
like the footage of the haunted tape. I guess is
So
what Luke was trying to
imagine,
say.
getting a free video from Blockbuster, only to get home and put that in and seeing the Ring.
Seeing that, oh my
Yeah.
god.
That'd be so
Oh.
cool, though.
And like it
Nine
didn't
Eye
have
was-
any like rated R or like any like pre stuff. It just went straight into it.
Well, the thing is that if I
Yeah.
got a free unmarked VHS from Blockbuster and I had kids, I would screen it because like, what if it was like porn and you were just like, here, kids, let's watch this free thing I found.
Oh, you have
like,
to see
no.
what it would.
I would
what
screen it
would
myself
be.
first if I
Mm.
was a parent, but
And
it's not
you
me
would
victim
be
blaming, but
haunted, be creeped out by what it was.
yeah, like what the fuck, yeah. Because now you know what happens in the Ring, right? Even if you haven't seen it, do you?
I've
Probably.
not. I
It's-
refuse.
It's the movie about the girl who like climbs through out of the well through the TV.
No, yeah, no, I know. I
Oh,
know,
okay,
but
yeah.
I
It's just like
refuse.
I just guess if somebody like didn't know what happened in the movie, then they would be confused. So I just wanted to make sure, because sorry, I didn't mean to mansplain.
Yeah. Oh no, it's okay.
Eh. What about you guys? Has Squeak ever seen a
Mm.
horror movie before in their life?
Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah, have you?
No.
I feel like
I
I've seen
don't think
like
so.
Halloweeny movies though.
Yeah.
Like Monster House
like-
is good.
Yeah, Monster House. I
Oh,
like the Corpse
yeah.
Bride.
Mm.
Have you seen
It's
Pan's
Halloween
Labyrinth?
stuff.
Oh, I actually love Pam's Labyrinth. I haven't seen that movie in so
No.
long. I need to rewatch it. My favorite part is when David Bowie's on screen.
Mm.
It's a good movie.
For me,
It's like it's got. Sorry, go ahead.
no, it's okay, it's okay. No worries, no worries. It's okay.
No, I know.
I'm just thinking. The movie
all
that I
polite.
would never.
We're all
ever,
way too
ever
polite.
is was it the sixth kind, the seventh kind, ninth kind, something kind? Okay, a number kind. That's all I remember, cause it was something about a demon in a house and cursing a family, and like I got so scared because I remember going with my group of friends. I swear this is my defense mechanism. I fell asleep. half the movie.
Wait, that reminds me. I was watching the new Saw movie and someone fucking started snoring.
How dare they?
It wasn't even like in a boring part. It was like during one of the traps, and I'm like, girl. I told Mason, bro, I'm like, this person's not going to be sleeping very long because when they start screaming,
No
they're
way.
going to wake up. And
No way.
that was true because I didn't hear them snore for the rest of the movie. That's
I just
crazy.
remember telling my friends, like, hey guys, just so you know, this is too scary for me. Like, they paid for my ticket, so I had to go yes or yes. And I told them, like, I remember telling my friend Diego, like, hey, buddy, just so you know, I'm so gonna fall asleep because this is too scary for me. And indeed, I fell asleep. I didn't snore, but I fell asleep.
Wait,
I wish I could do that.
this is only slightly related, but when FNAF was super popular, were any of you too scared to sleep because you thought Freddy Fazbear would show up at your door?
Yes, the thing,
Oh, wow.
yeah, I didn't mean to scream so loud that I interrupted you, but it's like, I used to be fucking so scared of FNAF. Like, I used to think FNAF was one of the scariest things ever.
Me
And I think
too.
that's really funny when I think about it now. Because, like, the way I justified it to myself when I would, like, accidentally get reminded of it by, like, seeing it online. Like, I tried to, like, DNI anything FNAF related. But when I would, like, accidentally see something about it, I would be like, they only exist in, like, before FNAF 4. Like, I was like to myself, they only exist in the abandoned pizzeria. Like, there's no way that, like, they could, like, come to your house or anything. And then FNAF 4 comes out, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, what the fuck? Shit.
Like, oh,
That
I was
logic goes out
wrong.
the window. Yeah, FNAF 4 is, like, is like the one that's the scariest to me, because, like, because I used to, like, be deathly afraid of, like, break-ins, like, so much so that I used to, like, lose sleep
Huh?
over it.
Wait. What's going
What?
on?
What's up?
Guys,
Uh-oh.
there's
what is
an,
going on?
there's
What
an
is
anomaly
is
in my
dying?
stream.
Uh-oh.
It's
Go.
spooky.
Haunted?
They,
Haunted
they,
Foogie.
they got scared and like bleeped out of existence.
What do I do about? Oh, what do I do
Oh, we're-
about this?
Lem
That
and
still
not
works.
Lem. Vampy
Mhm.
and Noko
They-
are gone.
How do
I
I
know.
like, restart it? Wait.
Hold on, let me
no,
see if
Oh
I
my
can
god, what
listen.
happened to my face?
I think
Ooh.
it's because Spooky's servers themselves are down.
Yeah,
But
it kind of
nice
seems
yeah.
like
how
it.
it was working.
Okay, sis.
It says the connection to Discord has failed. Oh, mine looks like it's
Oh.
back.
That is. I'll make you guys really small for now, just so we know you're still
murder
there.
mystery.
Among Us.
It's
We should
Clue,
play.
Lem, we have to find out who did it.
We do.
Who
We
done
should
it?
play Among Us.
We should. I don't know how we
I
haven't
would
played
s-
Among
I
Us
suck
together
Among Us.
yet.
There,
Me
you guys
too.
are here in
Wanna play with
spirit.
you
Your
guys.
souls are here.
I'm a massive
I
portrait.
feel like I would
Hello.
either be the first one killed or the first one voted off no matter what.
Me?
It's true.
No,
I
me.
can't
Oh.
even deny it.
Nina is fine.
I would
Nina
either be the
survived.
first
I
one
don't know what
killed,
happened.
or if I wasn't killed and I wasn't the murderer. Well, regardless of if I was a murderer or not, I would be immediately voted off.
I wouldn't vote you off, Noko.
I probably
I'm
would.
back.
I probably would.
Noko, I feel like you would just admit that you're the imposter. Like the second someone's like suggested to you, you'd be like, "Yeah, it's me," and then
I mean,
It's
why would
true.
I waste time trying to defend myself when you are?
because that's kind of that's what makes it
That's the point of
fun.
the game, bozo.
Yeah, but like, no matter what I said, you would still vote for me. Is the problem?
Well, not if you had a good defense.
I could be like, I was with Squeak the entire time, and Squeak would be like, he was, and then Vampy would be like, oh, I already voted you.
Oh my god, I like how
Guilty.
Vampy and Noko are the spooky 500 error thingy.
Yeah, I know.
Very spooky for Halloween.
Ooh. It's like a red. It's like a blood
Spooky.
red color too. Uh-oh. I don't know how to fix this, so
Wait, let me resend you. Oh no, wait. You can just do it from the website. I was gonna say I'll resend you my link or something, but let me like.
I
I'll
think
try
you
to.
can refresh your Poogie. If I'm not
Yeah, I
wrong.
refreshed my
That's what I did.
browser.
Are logging out and logging back in.
Did you turn it on and off again?
should I do that?
Wait, it's
No,
kind of
not-
funny because like
I'll log out and log
Lem
back
and
in.
Noko and Vampy are just like
Big red
voices.
boxes.
Yeah.
Spooky.
They
Ooh.
became
Work.
ghosties.
Oh
Oh my god, guys, I think I'm gonna have to go because I need to help out bro with something.
That's
okay.
That's
I have to
okay.
go
Yeah.
right now
This
too.
is
So.
Spooky telling us to end it here.
Oh, I'm still free.
You guys
Let's
can
still
still
talk.
I don't want to
Halloween.
end it here. It's
Yeah,
spooky
you guys
Halloween.
keep going.
I'm going, yeah.
I'll
It's
be in
okay.
I'll be in chat for a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys can handle it. I need to help out, bro. He was like, help, please.
No
help."
worries.
Okay.
Bye
I'll
bye.
go- I'll stay a few more minutes, but- Bye,
Okay.
Nai Nai.
Thank you.
Bye, Nai Nai.
Can I ask-
Bye-bye. Have a good night.
Bye. Love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Okay.
Cookie's not
Wait.
letting me log back in after I logged out.
I know,
never mind.
same.
No, mine
It's-
just did. I refreshed the page and it just let me do it. Did it fix myself on your end, or am I still big red box?
It says something has
red
gone
box.
horribly wrong with the Fujitech server. Please
Horribly-
hold. Please hold
horribly
while I
wrong.
try to fix it. See the Discord for details. Horribly wrong. Well, wait. No, it's still. Something definitely went horribly wrong. Awkward. Well, I
Awkward.
wanted to ask one more question before Squeaker went bye-bye, because I feel like this is a very Squeak core question.
Okay.
And so I'm assuming everyone has carved a pumpkin before, right?
Mm.
I don't even know what that means. I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Just kidding.
But yeah. So what designs have you guys carved into a pumpkin?
Oh.
Squeaky
For
first.
everyone.
Oh. I've done so many. I carve pumpkins every year, so I've done so many. freaking-
I figured you would.
Yeah.
I don't know. I try for the past like quite a few years. I've been trying to do like really unique things. So like I've done Pokemon and like scenes. Like I think last year? I streamed it and I did like a Batty like scene with like a moon and stuff.
Ooh.
And I don't. Oh, I've done like a cat. I'm trying to think what else. I don't know, but I'm carving pumpkins this year on Halloween, and I kind of just want to go for classic jack-o'-lantern faces.
Oh, that'd be
That would be
cute.
You never go wrong with them, and they're always so cute.
It's very
true.
true.
Or you could try to make Squeak.
Oh, that'd be cute.
Wouldn't it?
How?
I don't know. Just like trace one of your little sticker designs or something. And then get like a
Ooh.
really careful etching tool or something.
Oh man, I don't have
Just do
that
a
patience.
Squeak type face, and then put like cut out triangles from the back of the pumpkin and put them on as ears.
Oh yeah.
I could do that. Somehow put wings
That'd
on.
be cute. Me. Yeah.
I did a Miku pumpkin one year.
Oh,
Turned
so
out really
cute.
epic.
Y'all, if you have pumpkin pictures, send them in our Discord.
I like almost never carve pumpkins. When I was a kid,
same.
I made everyone like a cat pumpkin.
Aw.
Cute.
Yeah.
I haven't carved pumpkins since I was a small child.
Do you remember if you did anything?
I do remember specifically the one I remember most is one my dad taught me how to do, or like helped me figure out how to make it work, is that I made a jack-o'-lantern face, but it was like a disgusted face. And then I would like hang some pumpkin guts like over the edge of the mouth so it looked like
Oh,
it was
yeah.
throwing out.
That's silly. That's always silly.
Yeah. That's all I remember though. I just remember like I used to always try to do like those really intricate designs that you'd like need like a stencil for, and they would always turn out like shit. So at some point I just like always like I just gave up and did pumpkin faces, jack-o'-lantern faces every year. My brother this year, he sent me a picture of what he did. He made the nerd emoji on his. I can send you a picture. It's actually
Please
really,
do. That's so
he did a
silly.
really good job. So this is relevant.
Oh my god!
Shh, don't look. Don't.
Oh my god, I'm huge!
Picture.
I know.
You can put this picture up on stream. It's really funny. I'm putting it in a voice chat. Hello?
Hello?
What?
Wait, are
No,
you
wait,
back?
sorry. I just
No.
my phone wasn't cooperating with me for a second.
Hello?
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 Wait,
Not what I wanna
what?
send. It's not showing up in my photos.
Snoko, when's the last time you carved pumpkins?
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably when I was like 10 or something.
Do you remember any?
No, I barely remember last year's. Let alone
You don't even remember what we talked about 5 minutes ago.
I mean,
Mm.
I feel like that's besides the point.
I mean,
I mean.
Oh, here it is. Here's a picture. It's in voice chat. It's a picture of what my brother did this year.
Ew.
Oh my god, I hate it.
I think it's adorable. I think he did a great job.
What? The teeth are
They're
crazy.
huge.
That's so silly.
That's silly.
Also, Noko, I'm a fake friend. I don't think I have a picture of you.
I am not surprised in the slightest.
What do you
Noko doesn't
mean
give
by
out
that?
Noko doesn't give out transparent images of themselves for free.
That's true.
That's such a lie.
So maybe to you.
I only
No-
have this
oh.
vampy one because I drew it, not gonna lie.
Noko sends me every single PNG he gets made.
I don't
have,
have
like,
one.
15 Noko pictures.
Not
saved.
my fault. I don't
That's
have one.
because I share them with you and then get your feedback on them.
It's true.
And let me insert your pumpkin into my stream. Oh shit,
Ayo,
that's
we're gonna
so
keep it
big.
PG.
Yeah, it's a bit.
Hold on, guys. Not scuffed
What?
at all. Hold on.
Whoa!
Why is it so big? I have to keep. Ew. Okay, there we go. It's so ugly.
This is Vampy's brother's pumpkin.
About the jump scare Lem.
We put it under the picture. Ooh. It's really silly. I quite like it. I like the big ass bug teeth.
They're silly.
It is silly.
Me resisting the urge to say it looks like someone.
Or-
Oh,
What?
whoa.
What?
That's mean.
That's why you don't get a picture on screen.
Yeah, Noko.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I didn't say it looked like someone. I said I was resisting the urge to say it.
Who?
I didn't say something mean. I just said I was thinking about it.
Listen, who even said it was any one of y'all? First of
No
all,
one. I'm just in general. It'd be a bit
I know.
mean.
it'd be a little silly.
Mean.
You
Anyway,
guys are
I'm
not
gonna go
hearing
to
my
bed.
crinkling right now. You guys are crazy if you hear my crinkling.
No.
Oh, like
Okay.
you're going to
Yes.
bed?
Yeah, I go to bed.
Okay. I love you.
Squid.
You guys keep going, but don't exceed 2 hours, please. Love you.
Wait.
Okay.
Yeah,
I love you.
I love you too.
Have a good night.
Thank
you. I will stay in chat.
Oh.
You guys will be my lullaby tonight.
Aw.
Yeah.
This is so scuffed.
Yeah.
Okay, here we
Oh, I'm losing my mind. Okay, I'll see you
Bye.
tomorrow. Bye.
Love you.
Have a great night.
You
Okay,
too.
Bye-bye. Bye. Love you. Only for Lim. Okay, bye.
Bye.
And there she goes.
Finally. Just kidding.
Finally.
Batty Chats After Dark?
We could, actually.
Oh, that's true. So real. Both of the say-sos are out.
You're so right. Should we?
Mm.
Nah, Squeak's still listening.
Well,
Oh.
so what?
I'm
Some of
sure
our
she's
audiences say
fine.
so.
Here. I'll bring us all to the middle.
Yay.
Yeah. Here
She's
we go.
gonna frown upon us.
Here you go. No Batty Chats After Dark. I'm still here. Well, you can't control us anymore. It's my stream.
You know, I would love to read. Too bad we can't read chat to know if Squeak approves or not, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so true. That's just what a
Oh,
shame.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah, if
What a
Squeak were to, like,
shame.
message us and be like, you guys can't do that because I'm still listening, too bad we wouldn't see it.
Yeah, that's tough.
Here, I have. We don't have to get too spicy with it. Sorry, but what is
Start
the
barking immediately.
what's the how do I say this about sounding cringe? What's the sexiest horror movie character?
The sex is
Very
horror.
good.
Well,
Or game. Horror movie or game.
um,
The sexiest.
I'm so tired. I literally took my medication, but I'm still so sleepy. Castlevania doesn't really count as a horror. I mean, I guess so, because it has a lot of gore in it, doesn't it?
Castlevania?
Yeah.
God, no.
Yeah, right. I wasn't thinking so, because like it's scary, but it's like not like a horror game.
Yeah.
Wait, I have an answer, but Lem, you should go first.
I have a lot. I like Ghostface.
Oh, yeah.
He's my number one, but that's kind of obvious. But I also like
obvious.
Amanda Young from Saw. She's a baby, and
Now, does it have to be like the monster or like the villain, or can it just be any character?
it can be anyone.
Any character, I bet. I bet Lem asked this question just so she could talk about her faves.
Maybe. Oh yeah, Leon.
I was gonna say that. That's my answer. Is Leon.
Okay, we can have the same
Duh.
answer. Duh.
Yeah. Duh.
I hate when
He's not
people
it.
get like super defensive about that. Like he's only mine. Leon's mine.
Yeah, I hate it when people say shit like that. I'm only like that about one character, and even when I am, it's a joke.
Yeah.
No, no, God, no. Are you kidding me? If I was like weird and elitist about Asterion, I would get canceled on the internet. It's Dimitri.
That would be so
Is-
annoying.
Could
Cause
you imagine if I was like, he's mine? Could you imagine with how many people like him?
yeah, I can
it would be so annoying.
I can like understand it more when it's just like a random character, but when it's like a romanceable NPC in a game that you're like meant to like date,
Or
that's a
romance and they're
really
super popular.
yeah, that's
Like,
a
come
stupid
on.
thing to like.
I mean, Dimitri
Get
falls
ownership
exactly into that category, though.
But hey, but listen. I have only met like 2 people who are as romantically attracted to him as I am. To be honest, I've met more people who say they hate him than love him, which is interesting. So that's why I'm like that.
More about things they hate than they like.
Well, but you know what I'm saying. But the thing is like what was like, but I mean, well, I'm not saying you're wrong. It's just like I just that's why I feel that way about it, cause like I don't know.
I get what you mean.
Inherently, without even really trying, make it feel more personal, right?
Yeah.
Like if it's obvious that like like tons and tons of millions of people all agree that that character's like the hottest or the best or like the sexiest for like a certain group of people, like Asterion or Alucard or whatever. I'm
Or
like, I'm not gonna
Ghostface.
gatekeep that, or Ghostface, or I'm not gonna gatekeep that. But I've literally only met 2 other people who say like Dimitri's the most handsome. Like they always go after like Edelgard or Dorothea or Claude or something. I've had more people say that they don't like him and think that he's ugly. So that's why it feels more personal.
See, but
'Cause I feel
Asteria
like he's
falls in
mine.
that category. Because while
No,
a lot of
you're not
people
listening to
love
what I'm
him, there's
Uh-huh.
a lot more there's a larger majority of people who absolutely fucking hate his guts.
Well, I haven't seen it. I'll tell you that. I have not
Yeah,
seen it. If
but
I ever
that's
see
sorry, that's kind of different because it's like split 50-50. Like
Yeah.
people either like love him or hate him.
for
I
Dimitri,
think.
it's like 80-20.
Yeah, so
I know
either
so many
way.
people who say like he's the worst character.
Yeah,
Like,
I've seen a lot of people hate him, and I don't even
right?
care
Like, there's
about
so many
Fire
people who hate
Emblem.
his gut. Yeah, and the thing is that if people say that they love Dimitri, they usually say it because they like the shit between him and the main character, and not just him alone, right?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting upset, and I don't actually gatekeep Dimitri. If there's anybody who I meet who says like I love him, like I'm gonna be like, oh my god, Sam, that's so cool. I'm not actually gonna gatekeep it, but if I was going to, it would probably be him, but I'd only be like 30% serious about it. You know?
Yeah, I understand what you mean. Noko, do you
Mhm.
have anyone?
That I gatekeep that no one else can touch.
No, just like a spooky character that you like a lot that you think
Vampire Lady
is
from
epic.
Resident Evil.
Hell yeah! I knew I was forgetting someone.
Also
Hell
Pyramid
yeah.
Also who?
Pyramid Head. I wanted to say
Oh, he's
Pyramid
so
Head.
hot.
Like I like
Dude,
him,
he's
but
so
I
sexy.
wouldn't like if I were asked this question, I wouldn't have him as an answer because I like him, but
I would.
I have others I prefer a lot more.
That's
Wait,
fair.
close your ears. You know what? No, I'm actually not gonna say it.
You're awkward.
I was gonna say something about his fat, juicy ass, but I changed my mind.
They nerfed his ass and then they had to buff it back
I
because people were
know.
upset about it.
Thank God. People put
Also,
enough of his.
He has a tongue. He has a really long tongue. It's really weird, actually.
I'll
It
go
like
back. I'm going on Twitter on an incognito tab really fast.
it like comes out of like his little helmet thing. Not like underneath it, like opens. It's weird. It's like, you know, like one of the little edges, it like opens up and then
That's hot.
it's kind of weird.
So hot.
I feel like I have a lot more, but I said my main one. I said my
Guys
piece.
As falling asleep noise. Us.
Oh, shoo. So true. Oh yeah, do you guys have a least favorite horror movie?
Well, I haven't seen very many. Am I allowed to say ones that I hate because they scare the shit out of me just by thinking about them?
Yeah.
The Exorcist.
Yeah, I have a friend who hates that movie. 'Cause it's scary.
That kind of shit freaks me the fuck out. How about you? I'm actually really curious to hear your answer because of how much horror you love.
I realize I didn't answer my favorite horror movie question, but my favorite horror movie is probably the first Saw.
I kind of figured that was gonna be your answer.
Yeah, I also like the first Scream a lot. I don't want to break podcast immersion, but thank you so much for the raid. We're doing a podcast right now, so we can't.
Thanks, Raiders!
Yeah, we can't talk to chat a lot, but thank you so much. I hope you stay and listen. Thank you. But my
Thirst over Halloween characters.
so true.
What?
Let's
Huh?
stay and listen to us thirst over Halloween.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, what's your least favorite horror movie?
Hellraiser 2 probably. It's like
Never heard of that, but I'm gonna Google it.
yeah, because the first Hellraiser is really good, and then the second one doesn't make any sense to me.
As sequels usually do.
Yeah.
Hellraiser.
The
Oh, it's the
second-
Pinhead movies.
Yeah, the second Scream's pretty good, but
Oh.
second Hellraiser is not my cup of tea. I really like the
Fair
first one
enough.
though. Yeah, I wouldn't like recommend it to anyone because they're like super weird movies. They're just known for being super fucking weird.
Okay.
Yeah. I like them though. I like the first one. I haven't seen any other ones aside the first two.
Yeah, like if the second one sucks that much ass, it's like
It makes
why-
me not want to watch the
why make
rest.
the gamble, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I get you. Okay, what's your least favorite horror movie?
I don't. FNAF.
Have you even seen
Did
it?
you watch it?
No.
Typical no go.
No go.
I don't know. I don't really watch that many horror movies.
That's okay.
You don't seem like the kind of person who would, frankly.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that as somebody who according to others does seem like they would. I feel like when I tell people I don't like horror, they get surprised.
Yeah.
I just don't like. They don't interest me more so than
Hmm.
anything.
That's valid. I really like really dark shit. So most of the
Mhm.
media I consume is like that.
So do I, but like only in very specific ways.
Yeah.
Like I
it's-
can't do horror movies or horror video games, but I love horror, anime, and manga.
Yeah, I'm kind of like you, Vampy, though. Like, I get paranoid really easily, which is kind of ironic because I love horror so much.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of things I can't watch, but I feel like I have a tolerance now,
Mm-hmm.
a little bit.
Has there ever been something so scary like you had to turn it off, or like you can't do it?
Not really. Honestly, like, me watching horror movies has only been like a recent thing because my mom hated Halloween and hated scary things growing up, so I never really got to do much.
That sucks. That
Yeah.
kind of explains why you like them so much now, though. I kind of understand that
Yeah.
now. Not that I didn't get it before, but like, you know.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense. It's like, I never really got to indulge in it before, so now I am, and it's like, yippee!
Yeah, I get that. That's me
Yippee!
with some things too.
Yeah, but like I said earlier, like, analog horror is the worst. I can't do it. Like, I'm so interested in it, but I know all the times I've tried to watch it, it like freaks me out, and like,
Mm-hmm.
like bothers me for like weeks. So I can't do it. It's
Mm.
like I think it's the uncanny valley thing about it.
Yeah, like when you see like those distorted faces on top of like
Yeah.
the rain effects from like the
I
warped
don't
ass
know
old
why
TVs.
it's so
That's
scary to
scary.
me.
I don't like those either.
It's like unsettling. I don't know why. It's kind of embarrassing how
like-
much it freaks me out.
Maybe you're trauma associated with like old TVs and VHS tapes or something.
I don't know.
Does
But I
Amanda the Adventurer
always
freak you out?
I meant to watch that game, but I never did.
It's not that scary.
I've
There's like 2 jump scares in the whole game.
Yeah, I meant to watch it because it was super popular, but I just never got around to it. But I've seen Mark play a lot of random ass horror games.
You should watch Mark play it. He plays the whole thing through in one sitting. So if you
Yeah.
just have like 8 hours to kill, not 8 hours, like 5 hours to kill.
Yeah.
He does the whole thing. He does like even gets the secret ending in a live stream. So
Maybe I will. Maybe I'll go back to it.
yeah, it's a good way to consume it. I put it on at night before going to bed sometimes. I'm gonna be honest.
Honestly, the first FNAF kind of scares me a little bit. The other ones don't really, but the first one's definitely the scariest because it's kind of analog horror-y a little bit, like
Yeah.
the vibes of it.
I understand completely what you're saying.
Yeah.
The 4th one for me is the scariest, and I think the 2nd scariest one. I think it's probably the 3rd one, to be honest. I think the 3rd one's the scariest because
Yeah.
the toy animatronics aren't that scary, but the withered and shadow ones are. So it's like 50-50 for me. But all around the 3rd one with like the phantoms and Springtrap are really spooky to me. That one scares me quite a bit.
Yeah, I wouldn't say the 4th one scares me. Like, I can see why it would be really scary, but it almost feels like they tried too hard to make the animatronics scary. But, like, the
Well-
first one has, like, so much atmosphere to it.
It really does, yeah. And the thing is I agree with you, but it's kind of justified based on the lore. But if you didn't know that, or like that wasn't the case, then like I agree that they tried a bit too hard. But
Yeah.
but based on like what it's supposed to be and what it's based on, like it to me, it makes sense. And it's not really
Yeah.
like that they're scary, like that the designs are over the top scary. It's just the fact that they're in your house
Yeah, I
and
hate
like hiding
that
in your
too.
closet. That's the part that really scares me. It's not even really like that the designs are super over the top scary.
Yeah, like, I love horror movies, like I really like slasher films because it feels like that can, like, actually happen to you. But it's, like,
yeah.
it's just, like, detached enough to where you can rationalize it and be like, it probably wouldn't happen to me.
Yeah, I feel like kind of the opposite way about slasher films.
Like,
Yeah.
you go.
No, I just have only ever seen one, so like I could be talking out of my ass, but like from what I understand, like I feel like if just for me personally, this is totally not a judgment of you. I actually like envy you in this way that like I don't feel like I'd be able to rationalize myself out of thinking that it could happen to me, right? Like I totally think that Friday the 13th could happen to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the only one I've seen. But that's why I say like maybe I'm talking out of my ass because that's the only slasher film that I've
Yeah,
technically seen.
I guess when I say that, I'm thinking about it compared to, like, supernatural horror versus, like, slasher.
Yeah.
Like, I can
Mhm.
rationalize, like, a slasher scenario not happening to me, but, like, a supernatural scenario, like, a ghost could fucking, like, attach itself to me any second and just, like, make my life, like, a living hell. Like, that'd freak me out.
Mhm.
Like,
I
I
kind
would
of
want
yeah.
to inconvenience people more than haunt them.
Well,
I
what
mean,
if you were like
I-
really yeah, go ahead.
I feel like inconveniencing someone would be a lot more effective to like get back at them than to like straight up scare them.
I
well,
kind of disagree, but I see where you're coming from.
I guess it depends on who you're haunting. Like, if I fucking hate the person I'm haunting, I'd probably fuck
Wanna
with
scare
them.
them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like,
Fuck
well,
their
like,
shit up.
Imagine being at your computer and like your keyboard just comes unplugged. How scared you would be that your keyboard is fucked and you have to get a new one that you can't
Wait,
afford really.
And that kind of sounds like you don't get out very much.
Girl,
Like,
That's what I'm hearing from that. You don't get out much.
Have you guys ever been, like, alone in your house and you just hear, like, a fart, but you know you didn't do it? That's happened to me before. That's happened to me before. It's like, you don't know if you should be scared or not, because, like, it would freak me out. Then I'd be like, why am I being scared over a fart? That's the kind of shit I would do as a ghost. I'd, like,
That's
fart
oddly
really loud.
specific, but
I don't know, I have a memory of just being alone in my house and I just hear like a loud fart like sound and I'm like, I didn't know if I should be freaked out or like giggling about it.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
I sometimes, let me think about this. I don't really remember what I was gonna say, to be honest, but like, I think when you had said like being scared about a ghost attaching themselves to you, I feel the opposite in the sense that like I've done so much work over my life trying to rationalize to myself like the only way that like you get haunted is if you yourself like go out of your way to like put yourself into a situation like that or like attach yourself to something haunted. Like if you're just a person who like goes about their life totally normally and like actively avoids any kind of like weird situation like that, then you're probably fine. Unless you're like someone like, I'm not saying like this makes you a weirdo, but if you ever go out of your way to involve yourself in shady things like squatting in an abandoned place or like investigating abandoned places or like specifically looking for like old vintage cursed items, then like your chances are way higher. And so I've like rationalized it to myself that if I just go my whole life like not seeking that sort of thing out, the chance of it happening is like way lower, right? So I don't really feel scared about like attaching myself to a ghost if I'm not trying to do that on purpose by like going into a haunted establishment or like buying a haunted item on purpose and bringing it into my house, you know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
The worst that could happen to me is like I could sleep over at a friend's house and their place is haunted and I hear something weird in the night, but then I just get to go home after. And it's not like it's gonna follow me if it's attached to the house, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but like what if you move and then it's like super fucking haunted?
Well, I'd not pray to God, but I would just really fucking hope that I moved there on my own terms and that I could just move back in with my parents and find somewhere else to
But
live.
then what if it's too late and they already attach themselves to you and then no matter what?
Well, I mean, like, can ghosts who are attached, who are like let's say it's a ghost and the reason why it's a ghost haunting the house is because you like built it over a graveyard. Like once you leave, like then
That's
it's
such a
fine,
dumb
right?
idea, by the way. Who the fuck would do that?
I know, right? It's so fucking well, probably greedy landowners or some shit. But it's like if it's a ghost that's being a ghost because of like the house being built on a burial ground, then like it's attached to the house.
Oh, that's
Right?
true.
I don't even really know, like, how do you get yourself to be attached to a ghost besides going out of your way to communicate with it or like wearing a haunted item or bringing a haunted item into your home?
Those
right?
are probably
Like,
the
really
only
think about-
ways.
Yeah, exactly, right? And so like if you could attach it to like a haunted item, just sell that shit and then don't use a Ouija board and then just move and you're probably fine.
But I want to
Right?
try Luigi boards so bad.
I
I'm
do
just
too, but I'm probably
scared.
never gonna do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying, right? I've spent so much time thinking about this because I'm really genuinely terrified of being haunted. That like that's the way I rationalize it to myself. Unless you go out of your way to interact with haunted items or locations, you probably have a very low chance of accidentally getting haunted or something.
Yeah.
I think my lack of self-worth makes me invulnerable to this.
You know,
Fears.
Well,
I
some
understand
ghosts
that.
like feed on that shit though. Like the worse you feel.
Ghosts feed on fucking any negative emotion. That's not even really an argument.
Well, it would be like
Oh.
this is like I would be more worried about like my house flooding and me losing all of like my shit than I would be being haunted by a ghost.
Yeah,
Well, that's because you don't get out.
I'm afraid
I don't
of
get
losing
I don't get out
shit,
either.
too.
I also am terrified of like a flood, or I told you I'm scared of everything. I'm terrified of floods and earthquakes and things like that. I live on the coast. Like a tsunami could happen. I'm scared of everything. So, but I
Tsunamis are
agree, it's
so
like
scary.
they are. I mean, like I'm not saying like I would die, because like duh I would. It's not like a zombie apocalypse where I'd have
I
a
would
chance, but
so
like
die.
I would so die. I wouldn't even last like 5 minutes in a fucking tsunami.
I
you know?
can't swim.
So,
Fun Limbat fact. I
Me
can't
Me
swim.
neither. I can't swim either. The thing is, I physically know how to swim and like how to do a breaststroke and how to back float, but I just like my body's very weak. I can't like actively do a swimming motion for longer than 5 minutes without being extremely physically exhausted and probably drowning. So that's why I'm scared of open water, is because like I know technically how to swim, but I probably wouldn't last like 5 seconds on open water before drowning, because my body would just give out. That was really deep and dark. Anyway, moving on. I'm sorry.
Probably same. I've had so many tsunami nightmares.
Really?
Yeah. Toby just said
I-
he has them too. Not that I'm reading chat or anything, but I have a
Not that
lot
you're
of
reading
those.
chat or anything. I had several
I have
tsunami
nightmares
nightmares.
where like I'm falling from space.
I don't get
Really?
falling
Well, they're not really
nightmares.
nightmares, more like dreams. But yeah.
I get most of the scary dreams or nightmares I get are about me being like chased by like and getting murdered in the middle of the night or something. Like either like a break-in or like I had a dream about a break-in like 2 weeks ago. It was really visceral.
That's so scary. I'm like so scared of getting like robbed
Me
or
too.
like
Like,
someone
yeah, what
breaking into
happened
my
in the dream
house.
is like I woke up in the middle of the night to go pee, and then like in my dream, and then I noticed the light downstairs was on, so I went downstairs and there was some guy in my kitchen, and he was like way taller than me, and he picked me up, threw me over his shoulder, ran out the house, and threw me in a van. And I woke up.
Damn.
It was really scary, and I like he covered my mouth so I couldn't scream until he was asleep upstairs in the dream. It was really scary. So I'm really scared of things like that happening to me. I also had a dream where
Yeah.
like someone hired my mom hired somebody to do that. And so they did, and then they just brought me to her house, and then she wouldn't let me leave.
That's awful.
Yeah. Spooky month.
Woo.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe the reason why I have so many nightmares is about it is because I've had... Sorry?
The real spooky was her parents all along.
So true, right? That's what I'm
Mhm.
saying. I just like it's probably because I've had a lot of like less than safe experiences of like being like targeted for stuff like that. Like I have so many stories and experiences of like being followed like all the way up to my house, and like
Oh,
people
that's
like
so scary.
it's so scary. Yeah, people of like me being like targeted for like I don't say like I've been targeted for sex trafficking. Like it's not really what I'm saying, but people like coming up to me asking me like the most like random ass bizarre questions that like when I rationalize it, I was thinking like they're probably wondering if I'd be like a good target to kidnap and put into sex
At this
trafficking
point,
because of
they're
how
probably
random those
filming a
questions
TikTok.
are. Huh?
Mhm.
I said at this point, they're probably filming a TikTok.
Well, it was like when I was a kid.
Oh,
It was when I was like 11 to 15 is when it would happen the most,
yeah.
which is the worst part, right? So probably not, but yeah. I don't know. I'm just like a super anxious person. Not that I'm not trying to say that like I'm unique or anything, but I just like I'm literally just terrified of like everything. Like anything that someone could be like even a little bit scared of, I'm probably like deathly afraid of it.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I can see why you'd have agoraphobia. I have it, but I didn't really believe I had it until recently.
really?
Yeah, like a doctor diagnosed me with it, and I'm like, I don't have none of that. Like, I don't
what
know.
you're talking about.
I don't
I'm
even
a
know what
doctor
that
in America.
is.
I don't know
Yeah.
what that is. The thing is that I'm really persistent on the fact that I have it, but my therapist is hesitant because she thinks that I mean like life-altering levels of it, and I'm like, it's probably just mild. And she's like, but if you had agoraphobia, then you couldn't leave your house. And I'm like, girl, the only reason I leave my house is to see you. Besides that, I never go anywhere. So I technically don't leave my house.
I
because of
wish I
that,
could
right?
just stay in my house forever. Or like,
I do too.
I wish I could just like summon everyone else in the world away when I go outside.
Mhm.
Like when I have to go to the store or something. Like
Yeah.
I like nature and stuff. I hate being perceived by other people.
Same. The worst part about going out is knowing that people can like see you.
Yeah,
right?
and like you said earlier, people fucking stare at me all the time too. I only dress
Yeah.
like slightly all too, so it's not.
Yeah, same.
I don't know.
Yeah, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but it's like exactly the same. Like I dress like pretty alt, but like I don't know.
It's not
It's to this
enough
point-
to where like you'd expect people to be staring at you, right?
Where like it justifies that, right?
Yeah, like it's not like I'm going out in like trad goth or anything.
Yeah. That is totally justified for people to stare at you all day, and you shouldn't complain. I'm just kidding. Making that joke because Toby wears trad goth sometimes. But yeah, stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like trad goth. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah. No,
But-
I love it too.
Yeah.
Toby does the makeup really good. He's able
Yeah,
to do the eyeliner that goes all the way like halfway across your face.
yeah,
It's awesome.
that's cool. But like with any like super out there style like that, you gotta kind of expect people to look at you. Like when I'm
Stare at you,
cosplaying, I like already expect people to be staring at me, so it doesn't bother me as much. But like when I'm
Mhm.
just like wearing my normal clothes and I go to Walmart or something and everyone's fucking staring at me, it's really weird.
That's different. Yeah, it's really unnerving.
Yeah, like I'm fucking getting groceries. Mind your
And
own
people won't
business.
stop fucking looking at you.
Yeah, it's
It's
really
so
weird.
bizarre. I hate it when that happens. It happens to me all the time. People like I always get stared at.
I know.
When I was like when I was a teenager, like I said, it kind of was like from around like ages like 12 to 16 or 17. I like would every day I would count how many like interactions slash like I don't want to say altercations because that implies like it was a bad interaction, but times that like people would stare at me for like longer than they should, come up and talk to me or follow me, and it would be 4 times on the way to school and then 4 times back every day, pretty much for like all of that time.
That's
growing
so
up. And
scary.
it was so fucking scary. Like I would have so many experiences of people grabbing me and trying to pull me, or like wrapping their arms around me and like trying to get me to turn around to like towards their car, or people like pulling up next to me in their car and like opening the door like I'm gonna drive you, and I'm like
That's so awful.
it's so scary. It happened like several times a day, every day for years, and so I just have a lot of trauma about talking to people and going outside and things. And my therapist is still like, well, you know, I'm not sure you have agoraphobia because, like, you know, then you wouldn't be able to leave your house. And I'm like, but I don't leave my house.
I
don't
hate
leave my
when
house.
therapists like think you have to have every single fucking symptom of everything to even try and make a
Yeah.
diagnosis. It's so frustrating.
It's so fucking annoying. Like, I love her to death. Like, she's so understanding and she's like a wonderful therapist, but it's like the one beef that I have with her is that she's really insistent on me not being agoraphobic when I'm totally fucking am. I really, really am. It's just the truth. But anyway, let's ask another question. Let's ask like a not like super deep question.
We're getting a little depressing
a
here.
little deep here, guys.
Yeah.
Huh? What's up?
What's your favorite Halloween candy?
Oh, I
Candy?
was gonna
Well,
ask that.
what constitutes as a Halloween candy? Because there's all year round candy.
I guess like think about
What is
like
your favorite candy to get when you're out trick or treating?
yeah, like if you were to
Well-
go trick or treating, then you open your little bag or basket or whatever. What candy would you be the most excited about?
well,
That you
my
would
favorite
reasonably
candy-
find.
Well, my favorite candy, which is Kit Kats, or like non-peanut M&Ms or something. I haven't trick or treated in like 5 years.
I love peanut M&Ms. It's my favorite M&M.
I like them too, but I just prefer the non-peanut one. I'll eat the peanut ones. I usually eat the peanut ones because Toby only likes the non-peanut ones, but I also like the regular kind. Or no, the peanuts technically are regular, huh? But yeah, I know. I like those too. I don't dislike them. When's the last time you guys went trick or treating?
Years ago, but I was thinking of trick or treating this Halloween because I have a ghost face costume and I'm really short, so they probably wouldn't even know if I don't say
You wouldn't even
anything.
know. Nobody's gonna know. How would they know?
Exactly. How would they know?
I'm not against the idea of trick or treating. I just like I feel like I got like subconsciously pressured by the adults in my life that like as soon as you hit a certain age, you just like can't anymore.
Yeah, same. And
It's
it makes
less
me
that
anxious.
And more of you have no reason to.
You can just fucking buy candy. Yeah, that's true.
You just buy candy November 1st or 2nd for
But
like
it's
half off.
like
half off,
gotcha.
yeah.
It's like gotcha for candy.
But still, it's like I mean, yeah, I guess. But trick or treating is only fun if you can like sleep over at someone's house after and like trade candy and watch movies and like watch Halloween specials and stuff.
Me when I never did that as a kid because I didn't have any friends.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have said that better, but I mean, I guess you could do that with Mason Bro, right? You guys can
Yeah.
trade candy and watch like Saw.
We usually do something. There was this time when I was a kid and we were trick or treating, like me and my friends, and I like how that contradicts what I just said. And I had a Luigi costume because I really wanted to be Luigi, but like the mustache that came with it was so big that it like covered up my mouth, so I couldn't talk. But I don't know why the fuck they thought that was a good idea. Like it covered up like the bottom of my nose to like my chin, basically. It was a big ass mustache. But like I didn't want to be out of character, so I wore it the whole time and couldn't talk, and all my friends ignored me the whole night. And I trailed behind. Yeah. Vomoy,
I think your internet died.
you got really quiet. You're
Oh, yeah,
like-
you sound like you're in the next room over.
yeah, you're really quiet.
Hello, is it better?
A little bit, but now it sounds like you're underwater.
I'd say under sand, actually. Sounds like sand. She's getting
Actually?
buried alive! But Moy! I'm so scared, guys. Buried alive. Being buried alive would be so scary.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. I can hear
Or is it
you.
better now?
Yeah.
Is it back? Okay. Sorry about that. My mic's like kind of breaking. It does that sometimes. Thank you
Okay.
for telling me though.
Okay, I didn't know
Um,
if you said anything.
I did. I said what you said about your Luigi costume reminded me that when I was a kid, one year I went as Ocarina of Time Link, but everybody thought I was Peter Pan, and like nobody guessed right who I was. And by
That's
the
so
end of the night, I
fucking
cried.
annoying.
I cried. It made me really sad that nobody knew who I was.
I used to draw him all the time. People would be like, "Is that Peter Pan?" And it fucking
Is that Peter
piss me
Pan?
off.
Yeah. I mean, like, I also used to draw Link a lot, but I wouldn't get them confused with, they wouldn't confuse it with Peter Pan, just nobody knew who it was. I thought it was like an OC. I'm like, how do you not know? Because he was my first fictional crush also, so that's also why it made me really mad. Because I cared about him a lot, and it made me upset nobody knew who it was.
I couldn't
Yeah.
have a fictional crush on Link. He was too childish when I was a kid.
No, I get it. You want a big, big, strong man, huh?
Skyward
mean,
Sword
like-
Link is cute.
What about adult Ocarina of Time Link? Was he not
I
manly enough
mean-
for you?
He was also in the same game as Ganondorf, so
Oh my god, of course.
Whatever.
Whatever. Typical. No, I'm just kidding. I understand that. When I had a crush on Link, it was before I got into like, because the thing is like, it's like having crushes on like, even just like, not even really just like furry characters, but like even villain characters is like not even really something that ever crossed my mind. I don't know why, because I was raised really sheltered, and I was like a very like, not I don't know, like there's something about the way I was the way I was as a kid where I just like it never really registered as like an option to like have a crush on someone who like wasn't a good person, I guess.
I get what
know?
you mean.
Right? That stayed that way all the way up until I was like a tween, until I finally like got to the internet and I was like, oh my god, wait, you can have a crush on the not the main character.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
like that with
yeah,
some
I
things.
guess that works.
Where it's like I
Mhm.
don't really think of that as like an option I can choose in my
Yeah.
life. Like this is
Right.
not related at all, but this happened to me earlier. Like,
Mm.
I was really wanting mac and cheese earlier, and then I just suddenly remembered you can just make your own mac and cheese at home, but I never thought about that. Like, I thought if you wanted mac and
Seriously?
cheese, you had to, like, get the boxed kind. I never thought, like, you can just make it yourself.
Oh, that's what you mean. I thought you meant like the box kind. I was like, every time you've eaten mac and cheese, you just order it from somewhere. I thought that's what you meant.
That would be weird, but, like, I never thought that you could just, like, make it from scratch.
Oh,
Like,
I
I
kinda
never-
get what you're saying.
I never considered that as an option, but it always has
mac
been.
and cheese?
Yeah.
Yeah, like making
you
pasta from scratch.
Boil pasta. Wait,
I know
are we talking about
how,
making
like, I can figure
pasta
out
or making
how.
Mac and cheese. 'Cause this is
Making
two-
pasta, I think, is what Lem means.
Like, mac and cheese pasta, though.
Mhm.
Yeah, not like taking flour and making the pasta itself. but,
Nah.
like taking a box of like macaroni noodles.
Oh, we're
and
taking a
cheese
box
on
of
top it.
macaroni pasta and then making a cheese sauce.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I never
Oh,
thought
I
that you
get
could
it.
just do that. It's like stuff like that. Like, I just don't
Interesting.
question things like that.
I will say some people will like. It's really weird, but especially people who grew up only on like the box instant stuff will not like it
Mhm.
made from scratch. 'Cause it is
Probably
very
me.
different.
I love mac and cheese made from scratch, especially like deep dish. Oh my god, slay me.
I don't know.
So good.
I'm weird about that. Anyway, we should probably talk about something spooky. I just wanted to say that because
Okay,
I
yeah.
thought it was relevant.
Mac and cheese is really spooky. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's ghost-shaped mac and cheese.
Ghost-shaped
Ooh.
mac and cheese.
Ooh.
It's the
Oh my god. Huh?
flaming hot Cheeto mac and cheese.
I would try that if I wasn't sensitive to spice. It actually sounds really good. Did you guys ever have like character shaped fruit snacks as a kid?
I
Like
did,
Scooby-Doo
but
fruit
that's
snacks and
not relevant to the discussion.
No, but listen, what that
Fine.
reminds me of is that I wasn't allowed to have fruit snacks growing up, so I never had those.
I would take like the Mario ones to school in my school lunch, and
That's cute.
everyone thought it was so cool. And I was also a fucking bitch who like got my mom to buy me fortune cookies, and I'd take one in my lunch every day at school so I could open it and see what it said.
Interesting. I would only get fortune cookies. Yeah, sorry, go ahead, no go.
I only got those during Halloween or when they were gifted to me at school.
Oh, I see. I only got I was gonna say, I only got fortune cookies in my lunch if they were left over from Chinese food the night before, like for dinner. Because my parents would pretty much exclusively pack me leftovers for my lunch. Like my parents would never like make a meal for me like the night before or in the morning to put in my lunch. Like my lunch would always be last night's dinner and nothing else. They never made anything from scratch for me.
I think I would just
So-
make my own.
I started making my own, I think, but it was only for like a year because I started getting cafeteria food in middle school, which was a big mistake. Cause like when I was in grade school, it was really important to me. Like I went to private school and I really wanted to go to public school because like when you're a kid and you watch cartoons, they're always at public school. And like it was specifically like the fact they had like a cafeteria and lockers and a gym, and my school didn't have that. And so it was really important to me that I went to a school with those things. And so I like over a private school chose to go to a public school, and it was the worst fucking decision of my life. And I regretted it so much. Like first year I was like, I fucking hate it here. This fucking sucks.
Aww.
Yeah. I wouldn't have been able to transfer to private school anyway, because I was able to go to private school because of my stepdad's salary, but then like 6th grade they got a divorce, so I couldn't transfer. So anyway, next ignore that. That wasn't a voice crack. You did not hear that. Next spooky question.
This one's kind of silly. If you were like a witch, like a spooky witch, what kind of witch would you be?
I love that question. That's a good answer.
Mushroom witch?
Mushroom witch.
Because their name means mushroom.
Mushroom house.
Oh, that'd be cute. Vampy, what would you pick?
No, I want you to answer first. I'm really curious about your answer.
And then I would make poisonous mushrooms sprout on your face so you would die from the poison mushroom.
Hell yeah.
Spews.
I don't know. I'd probably be like a ghostly witch. Like I'd do like paranormal related shit.
Like a necromantic witch?
Yeah, like live in like a graveyard or whatever. And I'd like
That would
little pentagram summoning circle thing.
That would
Like,
genuinely be so sick.
That would be sick.
That would be awesome. I don't know. I love witches like in every capacity, but I never like thought about them enough to like think like what kind of witch I would want to be. I never like had a hyperfixation about witches growing up. Or like any time. So I don't really know off the top. I think if I were a witch, this is hard. If I were a witch, it would be important to me to be able to use my witchcraft as like a paid service for like the local village folk, you know, like it doesn't necessarily even need to be potions. I know that's like the really common one, but like I would want my witchly capabilities I would want to have something that I could turn into a service for like village folk to like seek me out for, you know? And I wouldn't even really mind if it was like if they were desperate and I was like a creepy witch that like made like scary deals or something, or if I was literally like in the neighborhood. Like as long as I could like use my stuff, like sell my things, that would be sick. I think
You could be like a love witch.
Yeah, that would be sick.
Do little love spells.
I could make love potions.
Yeah.
Or I would also want to be a witch that could summon familiars as well. That would be cool. I would want familiars like either like a mouse or a crow or like a raven. I want familiars.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool. I would also love to be the kind of witch. It's so funny because I don't want to be a witch that makes potions. I don't have anything against potions, but it's just like I feel like that's the very obvious answer. But I would love to be the kind of witch that like has like hanging herb racks and like messes with like crushing up like herbs and minerals and things into like salts.
I feel like every witch would make potions. I feel like there's
not every
like,
witch makes potions.
What type of witch wouldn't?
Well, there's just some kinds of witches that like are the kinds of witches that are like stereotypically the counterparts of wizards, where they just fly on brooms and cast
Wizards
spells
make
and stuff.
Potions.
Not everyone makes potions. No go.
Yeah, every witch and wizard makes potions. Some of them just fly around and cast spells on people and then fuck off.
Sometimes you just don't want to.
I'll just call them remedies. You know, I'll just like I would be the kind of witch that makes like salts and breweries and things as remedies, and like I'd sell it to the local village folk or something. And it wouldn't necessarily like transform them or like make them go poof or anything, but it would like help them with their health and stuff, right? Like it would
I
give
would
them
be
good
a
luck or
genie
something.
I would be a mushroom witch, but I make potions that work like genie effects. Where
Mhm.
someone's like, I want a potion that will make me rich. And then they drink it, and then their relative dies, and they become rich off of the insurance money.
I know exactly what you mean. Like it's like you technically got what you want, but like for a price, or like it wasn't exactly what you wanted.
Yes.
I know exactly what you mean. I think that that's like perfect for you. It matches your personality as well. Lem, I like your answer too. I think it's perfect for you being like a necromantic witch. I think that's awesome. You can have
Yeah.
a bunch of like undead servants like who help you around the house.
Yeah, and I could have like a little ghost cat. That'd be cute.
Yeah, right. That'd be so cool. It'd be like the ghost dog from Luigi's Mansion, but a cat.
That would be a cute VTuber idea. Maybe if I
It
want to
really would.
rebrand sometime 5 years from now.
But then you couldn't be in Moonlight. I'm just kidding. Yes, you could.
It'll be
Doesn't
after
matter.
Moonlight's
Like,
long
make me feel
gone,
like
when we all
lost
hate
little
each
cat.
other. Where we fight.
Yeah, the
right, like
people will make like
Twitlongers.
people will make like like hour-long YouTube videos like explaining the drama about our
Yeah,
group.
like it'll be so bad that I'll have to rebrand after.
Yeah,
Just
like you'll
go learn necromancy, become a necromancer witch bat.
Oh yeah, let me just go. Let
Yeah.
me go to necromancer school. Hold on.
Yeah.
Also, you
if
could
there's
be-
Pick out a
nothing
loan.
stopping you from doing that aesthetic with just bat ears and wings.
It's
yeah,
true.
that'd be cute. I could always do a little outfit for it. Maybe.
Yeah. Also, you can play a necromancer in Baldur's Gate.
That'd be cool.
It would.
All
You have
for
to.
it,
It's the.
Lem.
It's a wizard
Ooh.
subclass, but you can pick a wizard subclass that like, excuse me, specializes in like controlling the undead and stuff.
I found another question that I think is really silly.
Mhm.
When you go trick-or-treating and there's like a sign, it's like an unattended basket of candy and it says take one. Do you take one?
No, I take the
I
whole
take
thing.
2.
I think I usually take like I either take
It
2 or if there's like a
it
lot and
depends.
it's like later into the night, I take like a lot more. Like I take like a handful.
Alright, so I'm answering this question as if I was still a kid who didn't have a job. Like now, obviously, I couldn't care less. I would take one because I could just go buy bags of it.
Mhm.
Like if you
But
were trick or treating
as a
now.
kid, yeah, as a kid who like this was the only source of candy, and for like a year, I just took the bowl.
That's
mean,
evil.
but also I get it.
But
That's
also,
evil.
is there a obvious door camera or a camera above the door?
You are a thief. Bless you.
Thank
You
you.
are a thief. You
Well,
are
I
you
mean-
are a criminal.
Even if there's a camera, it's not like they're gonna do anything. Like,
That
Let
little
him call the
10-year-old
cops.
bitch stole all my candy. They took more than one.
I would take one of like
I would-
every kind of candy that I liked from the bowl, unless it was like more than 5 pieces.
I would take
That's what I would
everything
say.
and then put one piece of candy.
I think the
I-
amount I would take would depend on how much candy. Like, if it's like a giant full bowl of candy, I'd take 2 or more. But if it's like half full, I might take 1 or 2. And if it's like empty, almost, I'd just take 1.
Oh yeah, like if to be honest, like if I saw a bowl with a sign and there were like 3 pieces left, I'd just take the last 3 pieces, to be honest.
I would just take 1.
Hmm.
I guess I'm more
You-
altruistic than you guys.
Yeah, you're just like a better person than me and I should just go
Yeah,
away.
you should.
No, no. See,
Should
okay,
quit.
if there was a doorbell camera, I would take the bowl, flip the bowl upside down, and then put one piece of candy on top of the bowl, and then leave.
No, Cole.
That's
I
mean.
am chaotic.
You are chaotic.
They're providing a public good. You're doing a public service for free.
And I'm doing a public service. I'm making sure they don't have any candy to take care of after Halloween.
Oh my god.
Well, but some people like having extra candy.
Well, it's my candy. Technically, if I take the entire bowl, that is taking 1.
Shut up.
Wait, there's another
Be
interesting
quiet.
question.
Yes.
Would you rather like walk through a haunted house or be like an actor in a haunted house?
Be an actor, because I would hate going through a haunted house. It'd scare the crap out of me and probably make me cry. I'd have fun being an actor in a haunted house.
I would want to be an actor so I can get paid instead of having to pay for it.
I knew you
Okay.
guys would pick that. I knew
What was
those
your
would be your
answer?
answers. My answer was I'd rather walk through because I feel like I'd do really, really badly as an actor. Like, I feel like I'd be too socially awkward to just jump out and scare people. Like, I
Well, like,
see
most-
people walk by and I'd probably be more scared of them than they are of me.
I worked
But
in a haunted,
usually, sorry, go ahead.
I worked in a haunted house as Chucky when I was
Yeah.
Oh,
younger.
that's cool.
When you, I was gonna say like now, like that doesn't make much sense considering your height. But if you were a
Because of
kid,
the
I
way
guess that makes
my
sense.
hair grown out, it grew out kind of like like the doll Chucky. 'Cause it was
Oh,
really
yeah.
That's
bad.
silly.
And I would be on my knees and like crawl around at people. It was fun.
That sounds fun. The thing is, usually if you get hired to work in a haunted house, they make you wear like a mask or something. So it's not really
Yeah.
like they would like, it would be like an actual interaction. And they
Yeah,
would run away from you also.
it's not about that, but like I would be so nervous. I'd be scared.
I think it would be really fun. I probably am never gonna go like seek out a job offering to work in a haunted house, but it would be fun.
I just feel like I'd do a bad job, but I'd like to walk through.
Have you ever walked through one?
I've only done it once, but it was like a little corn maze, spooky corn maze
Oh.
thing.
But there were people like jumping out at you and stuff.
Yeah.
That's silly.
Yeah,
I
it
wouldn't
was
do
silly.
it only because I would only be employed for 1 month essentially, and then I
It's
would
true.
go through the trouble of finding a new job.
It's true. It's so much work.
So much work.
So much work. To be honest, when you asked the question like who's your favorite horror genre character, I only answered based off of like romantic attraction, but I was wanting to think about answering the question based on like if there's a character I actually like just because and not because like I want to fuck them, you know?
Oh,
And
yeah.
I don't know if I have an answer because this is like my only motivation. Besides that, I avoid it. I keep on like seeing people making like memes and cute edits of Samara, and I can't help but like them. I can't
Yeah,
help but
they're
think that
so
they're
cute.
silly.
I love seeing
think
the
she's kinda
art of
cute.
her. That's really cute.
Yeah.
Dead by Daylight
I can-
also helps make them cuter too.
It's very true. I can't help but think that she's cute because I like the ring, and I'm not really necessarily scared of her. I'm just scared of the idea of something. I'm more scared of like the effect that she had on like the people who were involved
Mhm.
and like the environment than like her specifically. Like she wasn't the scariest part of the movie, right? It was just like everything that happened, right?
Yeah.
And so I think she's cute. I do actually think I like Samara like a lot. What's her name in the actual real version of it and not the movie adaptation?
Sadako.
Sadako, right? You're Sadako. You're right. I
Mhm.
like Sadako. She's cute.
She is cute. There's a lot of horror characters I love that I don't want to yeah.
I said the word. We're doing Batty Chats After Dark. It's okay.
Well, I'm just being respectful. I know how to be respectful around here. So
I don't.
I
Yeah.
do.
I don't.
Whatever. Anyway, but there's a
Whatever.
lot of horror characters I like.
We know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would list them off, but you guys aren't gonna know like 90% of them.
I mean, if they're in Dead by Daylight or if they're like really popular.
From Scream,
You're
I
gonna
really
name the
like
drummer
Gale.
from-
Gale and
I don't know
Dewey
who
are
that is.
silly. Wait, you guys have seen Until Dawn, right?
Yeah, I have.
I love Josh. He's my favorite.
Josh is silly.
He's
Just gonna
so
name the
silly.
drummer from Slipknot.
Huh?
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 Can I tell you guys a secret?
No. Yeah, go
I've
ahead.
never listened to a single Slipknot song, but I want to.
I
I
probably
want to get into
have.
Slipknot.
I probably have, but like didn't know it was Slipknot.
I want to get into Slipknot because I
I'm
want to be able to like.
surprised You don't know who they are, Lem.
Yeah, me too.
Not.
I
because
wanna-
they're. Oh, go on, Vimpy.
No, I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say not because of their music, but because of their aesthetic. They
Because of
very
their
much
looks, yeah.
have the horror movie, like Michael Myers type aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was into like other edgy bands like that when I was a youngin', probably because of Flip Notes. So I'm kind of surprised I never got into them.
I want to get into Slipknot because I want to be able to wear their merch. And I personally don't at all agree with the whole like, oh, so you're wearing a t-shirt of this band named 5 songs. Like, I don't at all agree with that. However, I'm terrified of the one thing I'm more terrified of human interaction is human confrontation. So
Yeah.
just in case it accidentally happens to me, I do want to listen to them before I go start buying their merch. Because I want to wear the merch, but I also want to be in the loop.
I'm the same
'Cause I think
way.
I like it.
I don't
I
wear
really
merch
think
if
I'd like
I
it.
haven't like consumed the media because I don't want people to think I like it when I don't know what it is.
I don't, right? Yeah. I think I would like it. It's like heavy metal music, right?
Screamo.
Oh yeah, I love screamo, so I'd probably really like it. I just haven't gone out of my way to like go through the discography yet. I will probably soon when I have a minute.
Yet.
I'm really interested in what their music sounds like. Don't tell anyone that though, because like considering what my community knows about me, I think they'd like their entire perception of me would change if they know I don't know who Slipknot is. I don't know anything about them. Anyway,
They're a band before your time.
I mean that's true, but like still, and I think that like I think that kind of justifies it a little bit less. I think because like I feel like the older a popular thing is, like the less of an excuse you have to not know what it is.
No,
Right?
because with bands in particularly, there's definitely a time to where you're much more likely to know about them, and then as the older they get, it goes down, and then for certain bands, as that time goes on even more, it goes up a little bit.
No, I mean that's true. I mean, I definitely agree that like if they're most active, then like it's pretty up, and then when they're not, it's down. But like the longer it goes on, but like I just feel like Slipknot's at that point, you know, that even
Well,
if you're like a
Slipknot-
little bit like remotely emo, that you should know who they are. You
I
know?
wouldn't really say they were an emo band.
Well, I know they're not. I'm not saying they're an emo band, but like I'm just saying that like even if I'm not saying they are, I just mean like if you as a consumer are in the emo sphere, you should like have at least heard a few of their songs. Just because of like how influential they are and like to so many different subgenres, right? That like even if you aren't in that subgenre, they're like so fundamental to like the development of certain subgenres of like and when I say emo, I don't like mean like specifically like emo. I'm using emo as like an umbrella term for like all different kinds of like dark gothy aesthetics, right?
Yeah, I get
Of
what
like
you mean.
music and fashion and lifestyle. Like I'm using it as a very broad umbrella term for like anything that's leaning towards like dark and edgy, right?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So anyway, but that's why it's because I'm really in that sphere, and yet I've never listened to a single one of their songs, and so I just feel like I'm a fake emo. I'm not a real punk, guys.
I mean, I don't agree with the terms fake emo or fake anything.
I mean, I don't either.
Certain aspects of that.
I'm mostly mocking people that I don't agree with, but I didn't think that you thought that I was like being completely serious. I'm just saying like I also like we're on the same page.
Yeah.
But
Can I ask another question?
no.
Okay.
Oh, no, go for it. Go for it.
What is your least favorite candy? Like Halloween candy?
I'm not into any candies that are like the whole point of the candy is like sourest candy ever. It's so sour. I don't like those. Or like sour candy with granulated sugar covering it. I'm not big on that.
I like that.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah.
I like them.
I hate
I kind of like them, but not a ton.
I hate like milk duds. Those are fucking disgusting.
Really?
Yeah, and like what's
I
it
kinda
called?
like Milk Duds.
But like is it called a sugar daddy? Like those? What the fuck are they called?
Kind of know what those are.
I don't
Sugar
like
daddies?
Smarties either. Is that what it's called, or am I stupid?
Sugar daddies and sugar babies, Toby said. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are those like again? I don't totally remember off the top.
They're like weird. I don't like them.
I mean, I kind of like Smarties. They're not the best, but... Oh yeah, here's this really serious question. Do you guys like candy corn or no?
I like it, but I can't eat a lot of it because it makes me feel icky. But I'll eat like a few pieces and it'll be a treat, but I can't eat like a handful. Yeah.
Interesting. Noko, what do you like them?
I can tolerate it.
I love candy corn.
It's not like I would eat it if it was an option, maybe like a piece or two, but I wouldn't go out of my way to go find it.
I understand. I get
Yeah,
you.
Smarties taste like chalk to me, for real, for real.
They have a very chalky texture.
Yeah, I
agree.
hate it.
It's not very fun. Noko, what's your
No.
least favorite?
The fake cigarette candy thing.
What?
Yeah, those
What the
have really chalky flavor to it.
What are you talking
I
about?
haven't
I've
tried
never heard of the
those.
fake cigarette candy. Am I
There
in the
was this
loop?
candy that was like a white stick that was advertised as like the quote unquote fake cigarettes, but it very quickly rebranded because
Hope they
of
got
course they did.
banned.
However, they might have got banned too, but that they definitely rebranded.
Interesting. I had a friend in middle school who a pastime of hers was that she would snort pixie sticks.
That's awful.
I know, yeah. I think maybe it's because her mom did crystal meth and she was trying to like imitate her. But that's a story for another day. Anyway.
I have another question that's really
Yeah.
silly. I like thinking about this kind of thing. Like, if you were in like a slasher movie, what kind of role do you think you would have? Like,
Well,
'cause
I'm black,
there's-
so I think we all know the answer.
yeah. But assuming
Random
that isn't a
bystander
thing.
C?
What'd you say, Noko?
Random bystander C?
Random bystander C.
No, you
Interesting.
have to be a main character because that's a boring answer.
I don't have main character energy though.
Well, now you do.
I'd want to be the final girl. Because the
Yeah.
final girl's also the poster girl. And I want to be sexy.
I'd want to be the killer, like Ghostface style. That'd be really cool.
Oh, heck yeah.
Here
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sending the picture of the fake cigarette. They're called candy sticks, is what they rebranded into.
I've never seen these before. Maybe they're banned where I'm from.
Maybe.
We need more slasher movies with femme killers.
Yeah, I've like had this idea for a slasher movie, and if anyone wanted to help me with it, that'd be really epic because I want to make it
I
like an
do.
actual thing. I don't know.
I went to school for directing movies. We should do this.
That'd be
I'm
so
down.
cool. I've always wanted to make like a really campy slasher movie.
I'm
really
down. Let's
bad.
fucking do it. We'll like
So-
rent a cabin for a weekend and film there at night.
Yeah.
Unless you don't want it to be like a Friday the 13th summer kind of thing. I just meant like wherever you want it to take place.
Yeah.
My mind immediately went to cabin because of how many like summer slashers I've seen. But
Yeah.
wherever you want, we should do
Yeah,
this. I'm
not
down.
like
I've got a nice
anyone-
camera and some
That'd be
friends.
cool. Not like anyone's gonna like steal my idea, but I'm not gonna talk about all the details here, just in case someone does steal my idea.
Will you at least, just because I'm really curious, you also don't have to, or you can just put it in voice chat. Will you at least tell me the setting and like location and time of year?
Yeah.
Because I'm really curious.
Email yourself the idea and everything. So when someone steals it, you can sue them, and you have proof of
I mean,
when they stole it and proof that you had the idea long before.
it's not like
Ew.
super unique, so I don't think like it's possible it's already happened before. I was thinking like Heather's, but like slasher movie instead.
Toby just went to the bathroom, but Heather's is like his favorite musical.
I
He would
fucking
kiss you.
love Heather's. Heather's is so
You guys-
good.
He makes me listen. He doesn't make me because I do also love it, but he makes me listen to Heather's a lot.
I
Sometimes
love
when we don't have
Heather's.
anything to do, he's like, "Can we put on Heather's?" I also really like it. I watched the movie once, and like, it's not at all a critique whatsoever. It was my personal taste. I didn't like it very much, but then I listened to the musical, and I'm like, okay, never mind. This.
Have you
I
like
love this.
watched the musical?
No, I've only
It's
heard
really
it. I want
hard
watch
to
it.
find it. You can only find it in like, I don't know, like what is it, like 120p, like something really bad
it's
like that.
It's 240 or like 180.
Yeah, 180, like really
That
bad. But
sucks.
I've seen it like a few times. They have it on like Daily Motion.
You should like go. You should like find a production of it or something and go see it.
The thing is they don't have like an HD version they've ever uploaded, and they don't even do that anymore. Like they don't even play
Oh,
it.
I mean like in person. Like go buy tickets and watch it
I
in
know.
the theater.
Like they don't do that anymore, at least with the
Oh, they
original
don't?
cast. And like I already watched it with the original cast, and I'm like really picky, so I
Oh.
wouldn't want to watch it with different people.
With different people. I see. Okay. I see. I was gonna say, like, if you're like, they don't do that anymore. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, there have been like 8 productions of Kinky Boots in my area this year. Like, are you kidding me? How are they not gonna do Heathers? But I understand. I get it. It would like be. It wouldn't be the same. It's not
Yeah,
right.
it would feel
I get it.
wrong. And like I've tried to like watch the other versions and they're just not as good.
I don't know, it's good. I get you. You know what's so funny is that I avoided Hamilton for so long. I was so just like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna watch it because I was terrified of actually getting into it and then becoming part of the fandom and then getting bullied. Like sometimes, like if there are certain things that would like come out, and like when I was in high school or middle school, I knew that I would enjoy them. I would actively avoid them just because, like, I as an ADHD person, I can't not be public about my hyperfixations. I can't like repress it for other people. It's, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you guys know what I'm talking about.
I
so,
do
like,
that
if I
same
allow
exact
myself,
thing.
right? And so if I allowed myself to get into it, I couldn't not be public about it. And so everyone would find out and then people would make fun of me. And so I would just be like, I'm not going to do it. And so for the whole time that Hamilton like had the fucking chokehold on the queer community and everyone who liked it, I was like, I can't do it. And then as soon as it started to die down, I watched it and I'm like, this is the most beautiful fucking thing I've ever seen. Like, I really liked it. I watched it with my brother. I really liked Hamilton, like, a lot. But I couldn't let myself get into it until the fandom was dead. Because if I liked it when the fandom was alive, it would have been fucking over for me. I wouldn't have heard the end of it.
Yeah, like I never saw Hamilton, but I do that same thing. Where
Yeah?
like if I sense that I'd really, really like a piece of media, sometimes I just avoid it. Not because I'm
Mhm.
like worried about other people, but like sometimes I get like so obsessed with something that it like physically hurts and I like it's overwhelming how obsessed I am
Yeah.
with the thing. So sometimes I
Uh-huh.
just don't want to deal with that, so I just don't interact with things I think I'd really like.
I really understand. I also did something, I don't mean for this to sound as much of a call out as it's probably going to. I mean this purely, like, objectively, that I also used to do that, but I would pretty much only do it when I was, like, mega depressed. So if I'm not going through, like, a huge depressive episode, that happens to me, like, way less. I don't mean for that to sound like a call out, but
No,
I'm trying to say
doesn't.
that I know what you mean. I also understand.
Yeah, I've kind of
Do you have
always
anything-
been like
yeah.
that.
I don't do the thing where I like don't indulge in things because I think I'd like them anymore. But I did it like all the way through high school because I was terrified of getting made fun of. Noko, do you have anything you want to say about what we're talking about?
Did you know that there's this big subculture of people who upload Broadway shows under how to make slime video tutorials?
Yeah, I watched Heather's under one of those a few times.
I had no
Now,
idea.
Get away, people finding it is they'll upload like how to make slime videos and then it'll be the Broadway play.
Yeah,
Of whatever it is.
there was a Heather's one that was like traffic light slime, traffic light colored slime, and all the comments
I
were
get
like,
it
"Oh
because
my
they're
gosh, I
traffic light
love
colored."
this slime."
I love the slime. That's really funny. That's so interesting. Yeah, whenever you feel like it, you should tell me about your slasher idea because we can
Yeah,
make this
we should
happen. Because
also
we're like totally gonna meet up in person immediately and film the whole thing, right? That's
yeah, we
100% gonna
should.
happen.
But I
We
was
should.
gonna
I
have
was making a joke, but
I was gonna have lesbians, main character lesbian.
as you should. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome. I
So-
really like that idea a lot.
So if I ever make anything, it has to have gay people in it, or else I don't want to make it anymore.
That's fair. I've gotten to this point where whenever I make original content, because like I never like do anything with it because like I don't have enough faith in my own artistic abilities, but I do write and draw a lot of like OC related stuff. But I've gotten to this point where if I think like I have these intrusive thoughts where it's like if I don't like, you know, because people on Twitter say like it's not hard to have like a minority inclusion in your stuff, and so I think to myself like if I ever want to make an OC that's like not a minority identity in any way, I think to myself, and that's the way I envision them in my head, is either being white or cis or straight or whatever. Like that's just the way, one of those things, and that's the way I envision them. I always had that intrusive thought that's like, I'm racist, aren't I? Or something like that. Because like the way I envision the OC that makes the most sense to me is them like only like being like one or two minority groups, and even then like ones that aren't like, I don't want to say like not as marginalized, but like if they're like a cis, like if they're gay, they're like a cis person, or if they're a person of
Yeah.
color, they're like straight. You know,
I get
it's
what
like,
you
know what I'm
mean.
saying?
Like you,
right. And so whenever, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
like you don't want to like have multiple different labels.
Yeah, right. And that's for no other reason besides like that's what is true to the identity of this character in my head, and that's what makes the most sense to me. Whenever I do things like that, I always like I have those intrusive thoughts about those like Twitter threads of people being like, it's not that hard to just have minority inclusion. Like you're this and that if you don't just like what was stopping you from making this character black? It really could have been that hard. And so I like have that intrusive thought about like I must be like homophobic because I'm making a character who's straight when it wouldn't change anything for them to be gay, but it just feels right in my head that when I first thought of them being attracted to the opposite sex.
I kind of
Right,
get what
but-
you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because sorry, just the last thing is that I made a reference sheet for an OC recently and I shared it in Moonlight. And one thing that I was worried about, I had this intrusive thought, again, not that I actually think that you guys would be like this, it's purely intrusive thoughts, that I thought like you shouldn't show anybody because people are going to think you're racist because she was like a white girl. So I was worried. There's a intrusive thought that said like you shouldn't show anyone because like you're going to out yourself and you're going to get yourself canceled and people are going to think that you're racist or sexist or something.
My friend recently gave me a really cute OC,
Mhm.
but I can't show anyone yet because the way they gave it to me was like a full body like reference sheet,
Mhm.
but the character has no clothing on, so I had to message my friend and was like, can you draw clothing for this character for me so I can show people?
Oh, like it's your OC and you got someone to draw it for you. Is
No.
that what you mean?
No,
it's-
so
it's-
my friend
Uh-huh.
drew it and like it was their OC, but they're like, I'm not gonna do anything with her, so you can have her.
Oh, I
Mhm.
see. Okay.
Like, here, I'll just show you.
Yeah, I want to see. I don't care if I can see titties or I don't care if I see titties. I want to
Censor
see.
it for
That sounds cool.
Squeak. Censor.
Oh,
I'm
well,
not sending it
or you
to
can
the
just-
group chat. I was just gonna DM Vampy.
Oh, that makes more
and then
sense.
I can
I see.
show you if you want to see it, Lem.
Yeah.
Like I
because-
genuinely tried to like when I was making the concept for the OC, I tried drawing them with non-Eurocentric features, and I'm like, but it just doesn't feel right. And I'm like, whoa, that's cool.
Yeah, this is kind
That's so
of
pretty.
off topic, but I don't care.
Hmm.
But like, it's the same. Like, sometimes I think like I should probably start doing that, like drawing
Mhm.
like non-Eurocentric features. But with my art style, like I've seen a lot of people on Twitter. This is probably a chronically online thing that we're worried about stuff like this. Honestly,
Yeah, no, it's for sure is, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's yeah.
where it's like you can't like excuse like not drawing that because of your art style, but like it's mostly like noticeable in like nose shapes, and my noses are literally like a little triangle. So I don't know how I can I don't know how I can change that.
Oh, you're talking about the oh, sorry, I was like half listening because I was reading something. You said you're like the nose.
Yeah, like I feel like
Yeah.
a big thing with like non-Eurocentric things where like you can
Mhm.
kind of tell like what ethnicity someone is by like their nose shape, but all my noses are the
Yeah.
same.
But the thing is that your art is incredibly stylized, and I mean that like purely factually. Like your art is very cartoony and stylized, and you drew me fantastic, and like you didn't even really need to do that much effort of like changing your art style. Besides, I guess making my lips a bit bigger, to really convey my character's ethnicity, just because like the skin color is there,
Mhm.
right? And I sort of think that personally, in my opinion, I think the only way that argument really matters is if you have like a semi-realistic art style.
Yeah. it's
Like you can
true.
draw because the thing is like in my opinion anyway, maybe this is just because it's my art is also very stylized. I draw very like anime cartoony. If you have like a character and you draw like a base for a character and you don't color it, even if they have straight hair, if you draw that character twice, once with like pale skin and blonde hair and another time with dark skin and black hair, I'm gonna think the blonde one is European, and then the dark skinned one is ethnic, and it's just like, and I just like don't really think it matters that much. Like if your art style is based off of like very realistic features where like you
Mhm.
draw in like a realism or semi-realism, then like of course then it matters because the whole point is for it to be realistic. But if your art style is very cartoony, you can just draw the way you always draw and then learn how to draw afros in a cartoon style and then color their skin dark. It's like boom, you're done. Like wipe your hands, you're fine. Like who fucking cares, you know? Like
Yeah.
like you made Velvet look great. and she looks
Aw.
fantastic. And I don't even notice a difference between your model's face and my model's your model's face and my PNG's face, besides like the eye shape and the fact that my lips are fuller. And like that's all you had to do to make her look the way that she should, right? So like that sort of thing. I don't really necessarily think that you needed convincing of that, but like my point is like most of the time it doesn't fucking matter. You know, like if you draw people of color in your style without changing anything and they look fine, then you kind of don't really have you just like I mean, it's like I don't know. I don't know. It's like it's a weird argument. I just like agree with the idea that like I agree with the sentiment that like just because you don't want to learn isn't an excuse, but like also like you don't really owe people anything. You know, like you don't necessarily like owe your following online to draw Black people or people of color. Like just because you are an artist doesn't mean that you owe people certain art of certain things, I guess. But like also
like it would be
I don't
nice,
know.
but it's like you can't force someone to, and it doesn't mean they're like a bad person. The only time I can see it being an issue is if like they specifically like say they don't draw that thing.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to.
Like if they just happen not to, I think it's whatever, but like if you were to like try and commission them and then they're like, sorry, I don't draw Black people, then that's when it's an issue.
That's so fucking different.
Yeah.
One thing, it's kind of unrelated, so let me finish, sorry.
You're okay.
I was eating a piece of candy. One thing that's kind of unrelated, but when I commissioned my model parent to make my model, I gave them a ref sheet that was like exactly the way I wanted it, and the whole thing is that they were like going to copy the art style. But when they delivered it to me saying like it's finished unless you need any very minor changes, my hands were the same color from the front to the back. And I had to tell them like my hands are wrong, and they're like, I'd like, no offense, but like my hands are wrong. They're, what are you talking about? And then I had to like send them like several references to like show them the difference, because they're pale. I had to show them the difference between like that like people of color still have lightened palms even though their skin is very dark. And he
I'm not gonna say anything.
Well, no, just he didn't know that, and so I had to tell him that, and he like studied the references and then gave me another version, and it looked great. Like it wasn't even really that just like, oh, let me just slap a lighter color on like the front half of the palm and then call it a day. Like he got like the little divots of coloring like in between the finger joints and like the palm lines and everything like really well. Like he put in a lot of effort into studying it, and it was the first time we'd ever heard of it, and he took it really well, and he put a lot of effort into making sure that it was correct for me, and I'm really appreciative of him for that. And that's to say, it isn't fucking hard. It's not hard, right? It's not that hard.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah, I want to have one more thought before we change the subject, because it's not really Halloween-y. I think it's really interesting though.
Yeah.
But I hate when people draw like Black people with like a really ashy skin tone.
Oh my god, it's so fucking
Because one thing that kind of sucks about drawing pale people all the time is that like we don't really have a lot of diversity in like our undertone. It's usually just like the same. But like drawing people with like darker skin tones, you can really mess around with like the vibe of it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like a cooler or warmer undertone. I think it's just super fun.
Yeah.
I am a lot less picky with how people draw me. Like, obviously I don't want them to like dramatically change things. Actually, nah, I'm usually fine with that. Because like I have art pieces where I look super like feminine, and then there's pieces where I look super like masculine. And I kind of like having people draw like the character with drastically different like facial features and stuff.
For sure. I think that's cool, and I think that's very like the only way I can describe it is like that's so gender.
It is.
You know what I mean?
No,
because
because a lot, so it's like if you're saying it's like a masculine gender situation, the people would be very like, especially like straight men would be very unpleased with their being portrayed in a very feminine, girly type of light.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, when I say like that's so gender, I mean that, and like imagine like I said it with like that's so queer. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm
Mhm.
talking about. Like I mean it like an LGBTQ kind of way. Like that's so gender, right? That's why I say that. I mean it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I well, not really gender envy, but like well, okay. Well, Toby says like that I mean it like gender envy, which is like half true. But
What is gender envy?
it's like when you are not cisgender and you want to present in a in a way in any manner of gender expression, and you feel like dysmorphic or envious of people who either like are not cisgender, who are like very who like are very much the way that you want to look, or like even like cis people who are, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what gender envy means. But and it relates to like any direction or any gender expression. It's very universal. But what's interesting is there are two ways that I have yet to be drawn. I probably will commission artists who specifically draw in this way, just because I'm curious to see how Velvet would look. I'm very curious to see Velvet in an extremely anime art style, like in like an anime art style that almost looks like the only anime art that they referenced was like TV anime, right?
Yeah.
I've yet to see Velvet in that style, and I'm really curious to see what she'd look like. And I'm also very curious to see Velvet drawn in a style that's like very like, what's the word? Because it's not really even semi-realism. It's very cartoony, but it's like very black, like with like very like because she's a big girl. Like I like Velvet as a plus size character, like drawn very voluptuous with like very profound features, like a large nose and full lips and
Profound titties.
profound, yeah, you know what, yeah, profound titties.
That's what I thought
profound
you were gonna
ass.
say, honestly.
You know, but like, you know, I'm very like my skin maybe even is drawn a bit darker than it actually is, and I'm drawn to look very. I just like, because you know, there's the phrase Eurocentric. I don't know what like the phrase is for like, is it Afrocentric? Is that the word?
I
Is that a
think
word?
it is. Actually.
Like we're drawn in like a style that's cartoony. It's not like semi-realism or realism, but even though it's cartoony, the features are very like Afrocentric. Like I have yet to be drawn in either of those ways, but I really want to. I really want to be drawn in a way that's very Afrocentric, because I'm very curious to see what that's like. Because to be honest, I do not have a lot of Afrocentric features. If my skin wasn't as dark as it was, I probably would just look like a white person with big lips. I'm not a very black looking person. IRL, I mean. And so to like see myself, well, I mean, well, I don't think I am. I don't think I look very black besides my hair texture and my skin color. Like if I straighten my hair, I mean, I guess, but the thing is, if my hair was straight and I had light skin, I would just look like a white person with large features. Really? Toby says I'm wrong. Toby says I don't. I feel like I do. I feel like I don't look very black. Besides like the obvious. Anyway, Sarah, you wanted to move on from this topic. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say I love you so much, but we should do one more question because I realize we're almost
Yeah.
at 3 hours and
Sorry.
Squeak's
I'm
gonna
sorry.
hurt us really badly.
This is why we can't do this without Sweet, because then we.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're at
can't.
2:52 right now.
Yeah, alright. Next question.
Okay, this is the last question. I don't know why I didn't ask this earlier, actually. But what are some costumes you've had for Halloween? Like for trick-or-treating or whatever?
I just talked a bunch, so I don't want to go first.
No, it's okay. I'm just saying I don't want to get in trouble.
I know, I understand. Well, I told you how I was Link one year.
Oh yeah.
I was Link, specifically like Ocarina of Time Link, because I had like the white undershirt and the white tights.
Mhm.
Last year, I was like a cutesy Lolita nurse. I had a nurse outfit, but it was like a very short, like an above the knee skirt with a petticoat and like
Oh,
puffy
that
short
sounds
sleeves.
so
It was white with pink ads. I
cute.
can send you a picture if you want,
You
because
should.
it was
That
like
sounds so
it was a
cute.
year ago. And then my senior year of high school, I was a scarecrow, but
Aw.
I still had my huge afro, and what I did is that I bought like fake sunflowers from a craft store, and I cut them at the stem, and then I stuck fake sunflowers in my big ass afro, and they like stayed there without any hair clips.
That sounds so cute.
Yeah, so I had a not really, it wasn't really small, it looked small with my hair, but I had a scarecrow hat, and then like in the part of my hair that was exposed, I had a bunch of sunflowers.
Yeah,
So I was like a scarecrow in a sunflower patch.
that's so
Those
cute.
are the ones I remember most fondly. I think another year in high school, it must have been early high school, I went as Toko Fukawa.
That's so epic. I
Mhm.
like her.
She's my favorite Dongan character. So.
Same.
Right? She's so slay. I love
Apparently,
her.
a lot of people hate her. I just think she's so silly.
I understand why, but as a severely mentally ill person, I think that she's like the greatest character ever.
Same.
I love her.
Yeah.
What about you, Noko? Or Lam?
Noko can go next.
I did a lot of like costumes that were like thrown together more so than like store-bought things.
Like closet cosplay.
Yeah, so like 1 year I would be like a ringleader, kind of like a mixture between like a circus person and like the clown outfit.
That's cool. Oh, you okay?
I was messing with the trinket on my desk and it fell over. Continue.
Another year I would do like a pirate or like an old person. Like I would wear my grandmother's like not an old, like someone from the like 1760s. or
For sure, like an
something
old, yeah.
Old
with, like
aesthetic.
a top hat and like a coat, like Jack the Ripper type era.
That's cool. I
I
like
don't
that.
know which. I'm just using that as like the time reference because I don't
Yeah.
know any other way to reference that time zone.
Jack the Ripper was like 1800s, right?
It's not like
like
Victorian
1700s.
era or no?
Yeah, like 1800s, 1700s, Victorian, like late 1700s, early 1800s is Victorian. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
would
cool.
do stuff like that.
For some
I would-
reason, the first thing that comes to mind is that one Len song. You know what I mean? Len? That one where he's like
Uh,
talking to Miku through the window.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's
of.
what I thought. I love that song.
Because Len's a twink and he wears like a Victorian era suit, and so that's what I think of when
That
you
was,
say that, Noko. I imagine you to look like that.
It's like my favorite Len outfit in Project Diva.
It's so cute.
So silly. I usually cosplay for Halloween because I'm a freaking nerd. And I like having an excuse to cosplay.
I did that
Um,
in high school too. Instead of like doing like a costume, you did a cosplay instead.
Yeah.
With, like 2 people, and you got outed.
You got outed. I
I-
only did that like 1 year, which was when I was Toko. I think the rest of the years I went as like a thing.
Yeah, I did Russia last year or the year before, but it was
Oh,
a
that's
bad
cool.
idea because we like did like a bonfire and we sat out and handed out candy and then it smelled like smoke, like my whole cosplay. It ended up
Aw.
airing out pretty easily, but it was like awkward.
Awkward.
Awkward, and I'm really excited to be Ghostface this year. I just want to
That's
like
gonna be
run around
fun.
and be a silly guy.
Do you have one of those do you have one of those masks that like has that like you it has like blood in it, or is it just a regular one?
I have there's like a Dead by Daylight one with like the devil ghost face. It's like
Oh,
Dead
that's
by
so
Daylight
cool.
brand, and they sell it at Spirit Halloween for like $50. And I saw it, and I was like, oh, I have to get it, and so I did.
That's so cool.
You went immediately. Mine.
Yeah, I don't have a knife for it though. So that sucks.
I wouldn't carry around a knife during Halloween, even if it was for a costume.
But I have like
That's a
fake
bad
ones.
idea. Well, but even so, like I've just been told that that's like a bad idea. It's like
Is
carry around
it?
weapons during Halloween. Yeah, you're just gonna freak like parents out. You're gonna
No.
freak
I
people
feel
out.
like it's more of a bad idea because it's something you have to keep track of and carry around more so than freak out people.
Yeah.
It's like if someone sees it, especially if it's like a younger child in like a ghost face costume, they're more than likely going to be like, "Oh, it's just a fake knife, and they're not gonna be like, "Oh, it's a real knife. I'm not opening my door."
You see, maybe I think about these things because I'm black. That's why I think about these things.
I think it's just you grew up in a worse housing situation, and you have more self-preservation than I do.
Is it? I don't feel like our childhoods are all that different. In fact, I think
Maybe not.
I think you had it.
Maybe just your
I think you had it.
self-preservation.
From what I've heard, I think you had it worse than I did.
It might just
I'm gonna be honest.
you have more self-preservation than I do.
Maybe. Yeah, you tend to not have very much of that.
No.
I'm trying to think because like because I've always loved Halloween, and Halloween was like so important to me when I was a kid, and it's not like it's not anymore. But like the most important part of my favorite holiday was dressing up, and so I'm shocked that I like only remember one of my costumes from when I was a kid, and it was the Wink one. Oh my god, I don't know. The thing is that I really wanted to go as Alice this year, like from Alice in Wonderland, but I'm like so broke. I need to like have money for when I go to the mall on a Halloween with my friends, and I'm scared to even spend any before the 31st, like on a costume. So I might just like wear something sexy.
I'm gonna go
Huh?
through Facebook and see if I can find my old like pirate outfit.
Oh, I'd
because
love to see
it
that.
Looked really good because my friend's dad worked at Pirates Dinner Adventures in Florida.
Wait,
and made really good pirate costumes.
They did what? Sorry, can you say like the
They
second to last
worked
part again?
for the Pirates Dinner Adventure in Florida.
Oh, I see. That's so cool. I want to see. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, how much do you think like an Alice? Because I have everything except the dress. Like, how much do you think an Alice dress would cost from like Spirit Halloween?
Too much. Anything's Spirit Halloween.
Right.
Priced.
Yeah, and I could get one from Amazon so it has next day delivery, but the quality would probably be ass. But I guess it doesn't really matter.
Does
I don't know.
anyone have any closing points?
I'm trying to think of costumes I had when I was a kid. I went as a vampire one year. Except I bought a size too small, and it wasn't that it didn't fit. It fit fine, but the skirt was hella short. It was already a skirt that was like knee height, but because I ordered small, it like almost ran up my butt, and so my parents made me wear tights, and I feel like it ruined the outfit, and I just was really pouty the whole evening because I didn't really like understand. Because the thing is, my parents were always like, you can't wear short skirts, and I'm like, why? And they're like, because I said so. Because they always like didn't want to fucking explain why I couldn't. But then that just made me upset, and so I was really excited being able to wear a dress without pants. But then they made me wear pants, and I felt like it ruined my evening. But I'm glad they made me do that.
I've seen a thing where like if you get a skirt or like a dress that's like too short, you can get like bloomers and then put them underneath, and it looks really cute.
Yeah, right. Especially if you're wearing a costume. I would wear bloomers under something for like a costume. I think younger me would hate that, but if now, I would do that for the aesthetic. I don't know. Maybe I will order an Alice dress off Amazon. I was just like, I don't want to spend any money because I'm gonna be broke until December, but I'm gonna feel like an idiot if I'm the only one who shows up to the event and not in a costume, because I think Toby's gonna wear something, so I might as well just get a dress off Amazon.
Cute. Or you could see if Spirit Halloween has anything left. They have a lot of shit.
I asked Noko like how much it would cost, and we agreed that Spirit's probably too expensive. It would probably be more expensive it would be more expensive than if I ordered something off Amazon. Because I have Amazon Prime. Right? And then I wouldn't have to go out. Yeah, well, I mean, I have next day delivery, and like if I had to go out to the mall to go buy a costume, that would involve leaving my house, and I don't want to do that considering what I'm doing on Halloween. But I have everything else I need for it. I'd have like all the accessories and the shoes and stuff. I just need the dress, so it probably wouldn't be too bad.
It'd be like $50.
Oh my god, don't say that. That sounds like so much money.
Spirit Halloween for the outfit.
You think I could get one for like $35 or less on Amazon? Just the dress. Right?
In this market price, more than likely not.
I'm literally gonna start looking right now. Anyway, you said closing statements. I just don't want this to end because I love hanging out with you guys.
No, maybe we can keep talking after, just chilling. If you want.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'm down for that.
Yeah, I kind of need some ice cream right now anyway. It's a necessity.
Girl, let's all eat chocolate ice cream and cry about our parent issues.
We should! Wait. That's
I have vanilla downstairs.
That's my next Batty Chats theme. We
Oh
get
my God,
together, eat
imagine.
ice cream, and cry about our about our dark past.
We can watch Spooky Grandmother together and eat chocolate ice cream and talk about parent issues.
Sure, I'm down for that,
Godmother.
honestly.
That'd be so fun. After
you guys
dark
seen
Batty
that
Chats. I think I have back in the day. Also, bless you. I think
What? Oh no, I just inhaled really hard.
it
but thank
sounded
you.
like a sneeze that got cut out.
Oh, sorry.
We
No.
need-
Yeah,
it
you better
wasn't
be
that.
freaking sorry.
We'll
I
need Sweet
am.
there as like the sober friend to consult.
Yeah,
us.
she's the babysitter.
Yeah, and also because I really want to show Spooky Grandmother.
You want to show Squeak what?
Spooky Grandmother.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I was
I
thinking
found one for $25. I'm probably gonna
Or
buy it.
Spooky Godmother. It's a movie.
Yeah, I was thinking it'd be silly to have like a Batty Chats where it's like a drinking Batty Chats. Then I'd feel awkward with Squeak since she doesn't do that.
Yeah, she doesn't drink. Yeah.
I don't drink either.
Yeah,
Oh,
nobody
you
doesn't
don't?
really.
I kind of figured you
bet-
did, but I'm like, maybe there's a chance you did.
I bet Naito wouldn't want to either. I don't know. I could be
Yeah.
wrong about that.
We can do it in Discord and we can watch like some shitty movie.
Yeah, let's get drunk in Discord. That sounds awesome.
That'd
Or
be
we can do
silly.
it in Squeak's Discord and do it like a Discord stream.
Wait. Twilight. That'd be so funny.
Oh my god, dude! I would do anything to watch Twilight drunk with you guys. Please,
That
can
would
we
be
do that?
so
Uh,
funny.
It'd be
We
so
should.
fucking funny.
We'll do a Twilight drinking game, but me and Squeak will drink like lemon.
Wait, it'd be so funny if we did a watch along stream for it,
Yeah,
so we
it
could like
would.
go back and clip things. That'd be
Yes,
so
but
funny.
also-
in Discord now.
Yeah. Oh, can you?
You can't?
Yeah.
That sounds like an invasion of privacy, but also kind of sick. Another
That's a
thing
knee
that I thought of
slapper.
Is
You're
that
it has to be a certain type of room. You can't like do it in normal,
um,
but you can do it in like a streaming chat room.
that makes sense. Another thing I thought of though when you said drinking game is I thought like anytime any of us laugh or cringe, we have to drink.
Mm-hmm.
I would purposely be saying cringe things to make you guys
Just so you can drink.
Huh?
My
Yeah,
bad, sorry.
Valor said drink water, so I'm like, okay, I gotta.
No. Ew.
laugh. Nah,
But I like
I'm
water.
allergic.
I'm also
Typical
allergic to water.
man.
Typical man. Noga's not a
Is
man.
that
Never mind.
man here?
Typical being.
Typical. I
Typical.
can't talk.
Typical human.
being.
Typical being.
Typical depressed person, dehydrated.
I
Fuck,
like
you didn't make us won't
water.
get here until Monday.
Oh.
Fuck. Sorry, I really shouldn't be doing this while we're on stream. Anyway,
Yeah, we should
love
probably
you
have.
guys.
Yeah, we should have closing statements.
Closing statements.
All right, who goes first?
Bye, bitches. Love you.
Okay. Noko, you go next.
I'll see you in your dreams.
Whoa.
I love that. That's a great closing statement. You should start saying that on
It
stream.
is.
God knows, so cringy.
The dream
What? I love
stream.
it. It's great.
I really like when streamers, not to start another conversation, but I really like when streamers have like silly things like that they say to like open and end the stream. But
Yeah.
like, I feel like having myself say that, I feel like I'd cringe too much doing it. I think it's cool when other people do it, but like when it's me, like I feel like I'm taking
Yeah.
myself too seriously, so then I can't.
I so get it. I really do.
Yeah. But thank you everyone for coming to the stream. I had a lot of fun and it was really nice talking about some spooky things today. We did get a little
Mhm.
off topic, but I think we talked about a lot of really epic, cool Halloweeny things today. Yeah. And I'm glad we got to
Yeah.
decorate too. I'm happy.
Yeah, your decorations were great.
Thank
They're
you.
really cool.
Very
you.
out of spirit.
Yeah, I hope I like the music too. Kureka picked it out.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, it's very spooky. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. I forgot, do we raid people in Batty Chats or no?
I think we have a couple of times, but it's not necessary.
Okay, I might
It's
as
up
well.
to the host.
Mm-hmm.
Up to the host.
Hurry up and end. I have to pee so bad.
Okay. Whoa.
Ooh.
Whoa, pee.
No, pee.
Pee.
You don't mind if I go like right this minute, do you?
Hold on. I'm just gonna put in the raid thing and then end, and then you can pee.
Okay.
That's so hot. Thank you everyone for coming to this stream. I had a lot of fun. You guys should, I don't know. I was gonna say you guys should tell us what you're gonna do for Halloween, but that's breaking the law. So I hope everyone has a fun Halloween.
Silent Hill
Yippee!
experience. Wait, why would you saying what you were doing for Halloween breaking the law?
I was talking. Never mind. We don't talk about that. But yeah, thank you. I hope everyone has a spooky Halloween. And don't get murdered. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, bye. Ooh.